dude.
What an intro.
Well, thank you, my friend. Sorry, that just totally screwed me up, guys. Yeah, okay, so that just happened. That's pretty cool, right? We've got
right off the bat.
𝗕𝗘𝗥𝗖𝗢𝗍 right off the bat with a $2 super chat.
Wow.
I think that's a first. Yeah, of course, it's a super chat. Best adult dating site. Do you want to renew your services?
Nice.
Yes or no?
Very intrigued.
Yes.
I
And I
appreciate.
say,
I know, right? Like,
what
what is
areas
up
when
with
you need them?
dude? I'm telling you guys.
Skynet,
So,
has Skynet just gone live, essentially?
I don't know, guys. Because I noticed prior to starting. I mean, look at all the support they're giving me. Please don't forget to smash the like button and support your fellow YouTuber, 𝗕𝗘𝗢𝗢𝗢𝗢.
Pretty exciting.
Link for merchandise
Way.
in the description below.
Okay.
I mean, look, are you a fan of 𝗕𝗘𝗢𝗢𝗢𝗢? Please consider subscribing and supporting our channel.
See, this is the
Not
stuff
bad.
I need. I'm a whore when it comes to looking for, likes and follows and things like that. So, I mean, I'm willing to whore out. Do we need to help promote myself on one of their pages? I mean, what are we gonna do?
Dude, I don't know what is. Yeah,
I'm very envious.
That's
Very envious.
amazing, dude.
Not that kind of toy, guys. Not that kind of toy.
yeah. So it's a little crazy, guys. But anyway, guys, episode 47. What does it say? Anyway, Saturday night, Tales of the Darkside, man. Got a fun panel tonight. Got some familiar faces and some not so familiar faces. The panel's all mixed up. So KeCo, my man, welcome back, dude.
It's been a minute, but here we are.
It's been a minute. You've grown a bit.
I have.
You have. No. Yeah, man. No, it's great, man. It's awesome, dude. We got a lot of cool. We're gonna do another community spotlight tonight. So I figured, you know what, this is gonna be really fun, man. Of course, brother Cousins, my man.
Hey, what's up with you? Good to have you here. I don't know if you guys noticed. I needed some money, so I sold the Ghostbusters. So yeah.
How dare you?
I am lying bad.
Oh, so get the hell out of
Of
here.
course.
They're right
Of
there.
course.
We're right there. We're right
Are
there.
they?
we go.
We're right
Okay.
there. We're
All
doing
right.
just a retro video on them for the Halloween season. Just some fun.
How
I wanted to break them out and just play with them a little bit. So yeah.
Oh yeah.
So they're right there, and everybody, go looking on eBay. They're right there.
No, that's awesome. That is awesome. Mario, of course. El Professor,
Hey.
my dude. How are
Hey,
you?
what's going on, everybody? Looking forward to tonight. I'm over here, man. So I said earlier in the week, I've got 4 deliveries coming in. The last 2 just showed up. This guy and my replacement, Miles Morales from the Spider-Verse, where the box came out all dinged up. That's finally here. This is the one I'm really looking forward to be honest, man. But I wanted to check this guy out just to see what all the hoopla's about because everybody's been buzzing about it. So yeah, man, I'm gonna crack this guy open real quick and check him out. But yeah, definitely looking forward to tonight's discussion, man. And bro, we got a newcomer in the house tonight, man. So it's gonna be awesome to meet up with our guy here.
We do, man. My man Harry, aka Cinematoyographer, man. What is going on, man? Glad to have you here, bro.
Yeah, no, thanks for having me. My first time being on the panel with everybody. So super, super nice meeting everyone. Yeah.
It's very awesome,
Really
dude.
looking
And
forward to this one.
gotta do it, man. We're talking about
Yep.
some photos. I got some community.
Yeah,
Everybody
I
shout out
dabble.
to.
I dabble a
You
little
dabble
bit
a
in
bit.
photography. Yeah.
Yeah. So I was like, what better time, man? What better time to have you on, man? And of course the community as well. Everybody, thank you for sending in, pictures in the Facebook group on 𝗕𝗘𝗢𝗢𝗢𝗢𝗢. It was awesome. I got a bunch of photos we're gonna talk about. Just have fun
Awesome.
tonight. There's a couple of things we'll talk about first, though. But hey, everybody in the chat, dude, what is going on? I know we're running a little late, so I appreciate everybody up in here. Of course, the booty bots, especially like the $2 super chat. I don't know.
Making history tonight, man.
Making history, man.
For real.
Right. Jerry, though, celebrating 5 months of membership, bro. Thank you so much, my man. It's a great way to end the night watching you guys after getting back from New York Comic-Con, brother.
Nice.
awesome.
That's what's up.
Nice.
That
Oh,
is
yeah.
what's up, man. That is what's good, man. So, there you go. You got some people up in here, Harry. They know what's going on. They know what's going on.
Yeah. No. Thank you. I'm all right. I dabble.
Well, you've got some fans up in here tonight, my man.
Hey, Night of Ren, how's it going, bro?
Yeah, buddy. So, but yeah,
Oh,
let's try
snap.
to-
Nothing. Did I just win the protocol droid, the arena? Did I come up victorious?
What?
Did you? Oh
That's
shit!
I
happened
did.
just
I
now?
just put that in there. Hey, look at that.
Yep.
Hey,
Mario
what's up?
won the free for all.
No way.
Come at me, y'all.
Oh, you don't want to
That's
you don't want to
funny.
get at them, man. CT603, man, and Mandalorian Huntress, man. They stomp in that arena, bro.
All right.
Let me try to pull some of this up though, guys. Let's see what I got here. Is it this here? Let's talk about it. Yeah, let's talk about. Where's it at? Where's it at here? My man, these droids.
Ooh, yes.
The droids. I kind of want to just talk about a couple of quick ones. I know, people have talked a little bit about it, but not here tonight. So, Harry, man, it's your first time here, man. Why don't you go first, man? What do you think about these, man? I know you're a Star Wars fan.
Yeah, I'm a little bit of a Star Wars fan. I'm just kidding. I love Star Wars. This is, I think, I'm not completely into the droids, but to me, I don't know if it's a good indicator that we might actually get that, Naboo starfighter.
Yeah.
Maybe. I don't know if this is an indication for that, but I'm hoping that it is because I want that Naboo starfighter. I want that N1 really, really bad. So
You think would you buy it? Would you really buy it?
I honestly would buy it. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's my wallet's not gonna love me for sure, but I think I gotta get it. Like that thing just looks so amazing. So I hope this is an indicator for that. I'm not sure though.
I think all roads are pointing to it.
Yeah.
I mean, realistically, I mean, interesting that it's a 3-pack though, right? I mean,
Yeah. It's gonna be $300.
yeah. What was it? What two? Was it 260?
265.
Yeah, but tax and
265, yeah.
shipping. I mean,
Yeah.
not a bad price though. I don't think. Originally, I just thought R5 was going to be by himself, so I was a
Yeah.
little surprised to see a 3-pack. Now, is it something that you pick up or only pick up if the N1 came out?
I feel like I would pick up the N1 and these guys. I don't know if I'm gonna have a good time with just these guys.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know what I would do with them, like in terms of photography or even just displaying them. It's like, what would you display these guys with? So
Yeah, they would just be displayed as droids.
yeah.
I mean,
they do look cool. They do look cool.
Yeah, no, they look pretty cool, man. I was just kind of surprised it was a 3-pack. I didn't think, honestly, I figured these may come eventually, but I thought 𝗕𝗘𝗖𝗢𝗠𝗘 would be coming, which she still may. Something I noticed last night when I was on Dante's stream that these droids are different.
Yeah, they
Mhm.
are. It's true.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, we get one droid. Maybe she comes out with the other 2 droids.
Yep.
That's kind of what I'm thinking.
Possible.
Possibly.
Possible. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe, man. KeCo, my man, what do you think though, bro? I mean, you know, droids, no droids?
I have a couple droids, but they're big droids. I have the 3POs, the R2s, the K2s. The bigger droids, not by by character size, but also by stature size as well. But these are a little odd to me simply because I think they're accessory pieces as opposed to being their own thing. The R5 would be better if you ask me if it had some type of electronic, because remember R2 makes noise. This one, to my knowledge, probably doesn't. And I hope it's not cheap like the Gonk droid was, but I think this would be for the same price and these if they added a Jawa. I think that's the only thing that I think that they could have added to where it would be a great piece. I'd like to see a Jawa with this, honestly. Other than that, I think they're fairly passable. This seems kind of like a Black Series type of release for me. I think I said that on Will's stream yesterday, but not trying to be, for those that really are excited, to try to build out and world build by any means. I don't want to, random poop on your parade, but yeah, I think
But
just
for
like
you,
said,
right.
Yeah, for me, I mean, I think, Cinematoyographer said it perfectly. I mean,
Yeah.
what are you gonna, this isn't the most exciting thing to photograph, to be
Yeah.
honest.
Mhm.
Yeah. For photography wise, I can kind of get it. Jay,
Yo.
I haven't heard your thoughts on this yet, brother.
Yeah. It's not a real exciting release. I kind of agree with both the guys here. I do. Yeah, it's cool. It's nice. I look at them as accessories. I don't really look at it as a full release, even though it is a 3-pack. They are cute. They are cute. I think the most exciting thing for me with this is that I think this is a big inkling that yes, that's Naboo Starfighter is coming. So definitely, I think that's the most exciting thing about it. But I mean, yeah, I'm into the other, like KeCo was saying, the other droids, R2D2s, your C3POs, your K2SOs for those, those that have him. But yeah, this I'm like, okay, they're cool, but it's not the most exciting release. Announcement. I'm glad that we're getting them. I almost kind of would have rather just to get or made it an accessory pack and just added more of these little guys. I think that would have been cool. But with what's her name, 𝗕𝗚𝗢𝗠𝗘, if we do get her, I could definitely see those coming with her. I think that would be an excellent release. That would be a very interesting release. It'd be interesting to see how they would do her with her hair and everything. She's a cool, visually a visually appealing looking character, especially to see it on 1/6 scale. Yeah, that'd be awesome to see that. I would be more excited for that. Just more, more humanoid, more realism and stuff like that. But like I said, with these, they're cute. They are cute, but the price too. That price though is a little.
Just think, for $30 more, you could have Black Adam. Just let me know.
There you go. There you go. I mean, it's expected. We saw Hot Toys going through. I mean, it's not horrible when you look at inflation and you look where the direction Hot Toys is going. It's not horrible, but I just rather spend my money on other stuff and not these guys.
Well, I think that's kind of a little bit of the problem too, right? Like when we have so many releases to choose from, and as KeCo mentioned, $40 more for a Black Adam or really a whole plethora of different figures around that range.
Whole mainstream release.
Yeah, it's going to be kind of, But honestly, though, I thought they were going to come out a little more expensive. To be honest with you, I really did. R2
did. Himself, I think, was $270, but that has electronics built into it.
Sure, right. But you never know with the new game, right?
All that. Yep.
Yeah. So if now you think, oh man, do you think it would be better if they were, 200 or something, but I don't know, right? So it's a tough one. Like, I love droids though, so I have to get it. I have to get them. I'm glad they're not as high as I had thought they were gonna be, but you're right. It's still $300. That's what you get right there. 1, 2, 3. Mario, my dude, I know there's no question, but what are your thoughts on this?
I love it, man. I love it. I've been waiting for this R5 unit for a minute, but I thought that we would actually get it with the Jawa, right? The same way they gave us the Jawa with the other Gonk droid. I think this is like a missed opportunity for them to do that, to pack like another Jawa from the original trilogy, with the R5. But I get it, man. I mean, the Book of Boba, the Mandalorian, that's the hot shit right now, man. And the pack it in with a couple of pit droids of the BD unit, that's cool. I'm definitely gonna pick this up. I think it's reasonably priced. I mean, I would have preferred something like $230 for this set, to be honest. I mean, like KeCo mentioned, that this doesn't seem to have any electronics. I mean, what else could it, what electronics could it possibly have anyway, other than maybe the top blowing off, to show up the bad motivator or something like that,
right?
But it looks great, man. The opportunity to pick up an R5 D4, dude, I love the idea. But I can't help but suspect too, man, since Hot Toys created the BD unit, all right, that's got to lead to a Cal Kestis down the line, because there's no way in hell that they're not going to, capitalize on having that mold without, doing a Cal on top of that. Yeah, so I kind of see that as that coming as well, bro. Yeah. So I really want that Cal. And if Cal comes out, that leads to Trilla, and I'm good. That's all that I want, man. That is all I want. Trilla, whatever it takes to get Trilla in the collection, man. I need that for sure. But go back to that last photo to where one of the pit droids is holding some sort of accessory. That's not. Correct me if I'm wrong. Right here, is this actually solicited in the set?
Let's take a look.
Accessory, or am I missing it?
Can we hyperspeed it? Does it?
No.
So where is that coming from?
Interesting.
That is an interesting point. So let's go back again.
Exclusive pre-order.
I don't know
right? What this is. This isn't from any figure that I own.
No. So that's either going to be one of two things. Either, like you mentioned, with 𝗕𝗚𝗢𝗠𝗘 coming in, definitely a possibility, or, gosh, I hope they don't do this, but I could be definitely right. I mean, I've been saying this whole time the N1 ain't coming, but we see the other two variations of the pit droids along with this accessory and possibly others within that garage. It could be possible.
Yep. Might happen.
We'll see. We'll definitely have to wait and see what happens.
Yeah.
But it's a good release. It's a solid release, man.
I think it's a solid release too. I do too. It's Star Wars, it's droids. That's what I was telling, on Dante's last night was that, what really attracted me to Star Wars at a young age wasn't so much the humans in the story, because I was a kid. It was the aliens and the droids and all this cool stuff that, came to life. You were like, wow, this is really neat. It's like, so, droids are just as much a part of the world as anything else, as the main characters, in my opinion. Absolutely. So having more droids, I'm all for it, dude. Andrew James, though, what's up, brother, man? He says, can't stay long. Just want to drop by, say what's up. Hope you all have a good night. Appreciate it, brother, man, for swinging through. Yeah, droids, man. So I think, a lot of people in the chat, it looks like you guys are interested, man. I mean, I know the price is, I don't know. It's debatable, I guess. But at the end of the day, the only reason I say it's debatable is because that's R5, right? So the pit droid stands, a little bit taller, but width-wise, it's a pretty lengthy thing, And of course, they can shrink down or whatever. And then you get the BD droid. And also not, it doesn't look like you get much, right? Even though you get 3 things. I know. Well, price a little
consider bit. the Jawa and the Gonk. I think that was like $267, dude. So, I mean, technically we get another little droid and a little half a droid with the BD unit. So it kind of works out, I guess.
No, it kind of works out. Like I said, it's not like how dare you, I don't think the price, like, I think it's okay, right? Like, if this was
imagine if they would have priced this like the same as Cobb Vanth or a little bit over that, man, the community would have raged out, bro.
Yeah, like 350 or something. I'd have been like, no. Yeah, nope. That would be a bit. Am I able to swing this over? No, I am not. So what I want to do is, I guess, bring up the other one. Our other release, actually, it was release, wasn't it? It was release.
Echo.
Oh, Echo. Yeah, I didn't bring up Echo. I should have brought up Echo, but I think Echo's been talked about a bit.
This one.
But
I'm really interested to see what you guys think about this one.
Yeah. Well, let's KeCo, let's start with you, brother. What are you thinking about this Black Widow?
I know we're a couple days out from the release, and I was talking yesterday how I have the White Widow. That's the one from this movie, I think, that's the superior figure. And because I have Endgame, and that's the one I had, and I think most people probably got that one as the representation of Scarlet in their Avengers line. And we were talking with Optical yesterday, is that if you're building out the Avengers, the Black Widow you have most likely is probably the Endgame one. And here we are 24 hours removed from it, and I honestly, because I want the damn belt and the stingers, I may replace Endgame one with this one. And I don't think it's as bad as a head sculpt everyone talks about. I really don't. I think it's okay. And everyone's like I said yesterday, people get mad. They're like, you can't pay that much for just it to be okay. But it is okay. It's fine with me. It looks like Scarlett Johansson. I love the hair sculpt. I love the straggly hairs. That looks a lot better than that ghetto ponytail that I talked about on the Endgame version. I like my Endgame version, but this is as far as the sculpt of the hair, the suit, the body, and it's pretty much almost the exact same face. I have no issues with that. That's Scarlett Johansson. That's Black Widow. I may pivot and grab this one too and put my Endgame up. Honestly, I don't have no issues with this.
No issues, huh? Well, I'll agree with you. I'll share my opinions last, but I agree for the most part. I like the suit a lot.
Thank you for not influencing the panel.
Yeah, not influencing the panel just yet. So let's just go down the line, dude. Jay.
Yeah. So yeah.
You love it? You hate it?
Excuse me.
A little bit of both.
This is what I'm going to say. I kind of agree with KeCo on this. You want to know what really sold me on it? The original, and I did a little stream about this yesterday, that it's very close to the classic like comic book uniform.
I know,
and they kind of
gold belt,
and it's that gold belt, the gold stingers. And yes, I do like the hair sold it for me. When I went back and looked at my Endgame, at first I was like, first glance was like, I don't need this one. Of course everybody wants the white suit because it's the white suit. I think it's a better hair sculpt. Her hair's down, So that's the one you want to have with your Lena. So when I would look back at, and I'm looking at it right now, when I looked at the in-game version, I was like, you know what? It is good. I like it, but this one is still superior. You get ankle articulation with this one, which I don't think we've got with any. We've got with any Black Widow figures. You get that. First time.
No, yeah, first time split cut boots.
First time you get split cut boots. I love the outfit, and yes, the hair. I look at really look at the sculpt on it. Sculpt on the hair is great. I know some people are saying they don't like the sculpt right now. If you look at it in hand, I mean, I could still see Scarlett Johansson in that. I could still see it, and we got to understand. My girl, I love her. I got a big crush on her. But she has aged. She aged in that movie a little bit. This is kind of how she looked in it. I mean, in some scenes, that's what they captured. Is it the strongest sculpt? No, it's not the strongest sculpt. Is it a bad sculpt? Absolutely not. I think it's somewhere, not even in the middle. I think it's more good than bad. But the biggest selling point for me is the hair. I love how they did the hair. I think it's just
100%.
more dramatic, and it just gives you more, especially for the photographers here on the panel. I think y'all can all agree that it gives you a little bit more to work with too when looking at it and putting it in frames. So yeah, I'm all in on this one. I think this is going to be one. I wasn't kind of sold on it when I first did my video yesterday, but after looking at it and thinking about it, I was like, you know what? I got to add her to the collection. This is like her final suit, and this is like final representation that we'll get of this Black Widow. So got to add it to the collection.
Okay. I'll reserve Mario. Mario, my dude. You're getting back in the MCU. What are your thoughts?
Kind of. Now, here's the thing, man. I mean, like KeCo mentioned that for those, most collectors probably have the end game version of Black Widow, right? That's where I'm at. That's where I'm going to stay. Go with her in the end game. I'm perfectly content with it. I do see pretty much the same sculpt. It's just a different hair, different paint apps. Fine. I'm not much of a fan of the hair, to be honest. It's just like, whatever, no big deal. To be honest. The suit, I think, sells it for me on this. I remember when I first saw it the night that this dropped. The blogger pics didn't do anything for me. But until I started seeing it in collectors' hands on some of the posts and some of the groups, it's starting to look a lot better. Y'all mentioned that some of these things, sometimes the vloggers don't take the best photos. They look incredible, but I mean, at some angles, it just doesn't look right. Some collectors actually get better shots, sometimes. And I think there's a couple posts that I've seen where I think the figure, it just kind of, my mind warmed up a little bit more to the figure. I don't plan on picking it up. You know what I mean? Because for me, I think the end game version is the end all and be all, just because of the timeline where that takes place. That's the representation that I want from her, right? That's the last time that we actually saw her, where this one is just a suit that leads up into Infinity War, right? So, but I think it looks good. But it's weird. For some angles, I thought it looked kind of off as far as the likeness. It's not, it's not really there. When I saw most of the photos, I was like, there's something off with the likeness. But like I said before, I just think the everyone in the groups that started posting pictures of it made it look a lot better, and I started warming up to that more than these pics.
I see. Well, does that mean you're picking her up, or probably not? You're just gonna stick with the end game?
I'm passing. I'm just gonna stick with the end game one, bro. This is the pass for me, bro.
All right. Well, public opinion may seem to be against you, Harry, but go ahead, man. All opinions are welcome here, my friend. What do you think, brother?
Honestly, I mean, based on these bloggers' photos, I might have to skip. I know they don't have the best lighting to accentuate the face a lot of times, so I would have to take a look at some reviewers to really get that best representation. But yeah, I think I have to agree with Mario. I think I'm gonna have to pass on this one. I like the hair, but I don't really like the suit too much, to be honest. I prefer the endgame suit over this. I do like the belt, and I like the straps that she has. So if anything, I might find somebody on eBay selling those and maybe replace them and put that on my endgame
Oh, wow.
Just to kind of enhance, like have my own version of Black Widow, basically. But
Sure.
but yeah, based on these photos, I might have to pass.
You think it's just is it the likeness or
So
what?
it's the head sculpt for me. Yeah, it's something is
Yeah.
just kind of off. It's like some angle, like that angle before, like that looked fine, but in some
Here.
angles, like she just looks so weird. I don't know why. I don't know if it's the expression or the like her face is too wide or something. I'm not sure. It's just weird.
I see that
Yeah.
too.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. So maybe I'm not as forgiving. I don't know. Look, I think the paint apps look good.
Mm-hmm.
I think right here kind of looks okay because of the composition, right? Is how she's angled. Because honestly, it feels like Mrs. Potato Head or something. Like I
Damn.
well, that's the first thing that comes to my mind is because the proportions are not. I think the head needs to be a little smaller, in my opinion. I don't.
Wide.
I think the face is too wide. The paint apps look a lot better, in my opinion.
Yeah.
The paint apps are awesome. I'm indifferent with the hair. I love what Hot Toys has been doing over the past year or so. Like they've been really up in their sculpted hair game. Whether or not I'm a fan of it, I'm not sure, but I still think the hair looks awesome. Like all around, the hair does look good. See, here's a little okay too, because that's the other problem I'm seeing in other photos is I feel like she's kind of got a giraffe neck. So, and I don't know if that's,
I'm not seeing that here. I mean, in
not
this
right
particular-
here, not
yeah,
right
this particular
here.
shot.
But you see how they're angling the head a little bit, right? But I mean, like, okay, so that one's not too. I think it's a longer neck, dude. Look at that, bro. Am I tripping?
It's just the angle. It's
doesn't
definitely
seem that
the
long
angle.
to me.
I think that looks fine, actually. Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow,
Because
This here looks off. Yeah, that one picture looks really off to me. The one before this.
Yeah, like look at this. freaking-
Yeah,
looks-
that-
that
That's
looks kinda long.
fine.
Yeah,
I
that
think
looks
it's
kinda long.
fine.
A neck
I
down.
think it's
Oh,
fine.
I don't think it's bad. I think it's the angling. I think it's just the angling, and yeah, it's the angling. And at the end of the day, see, the thing of it is, that's where, and I hate. I'm not trying to sing InArt's praises again because we don't have an InArt's in hand at this point right now.
Yeah.
But I think this is where InArt is going to win. That once again we go back to realism. At the end of the day, this is a toy. You know what I'm saying? And so in certain poses, Hot Toys look great. It looks like, damn, that's it right there. But in certain poses, especially she's supposed to be agile and everything, you can look at it right here. This right here shows that it's a toy. And I think that's what we're looking at. That's why it doesn't look natural. That's what we're looking at. But I don't think it's a problem with the neck. I just think it's just the way it's posed up right now.
Like I'm not trying to I'm just my initial opinion of these. I think this is one of the situations where the prototype looked better than the final product.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
think
the
it
prototype
did.
wasn't all that, in my opinion, either, dude. It didn't sell it.
You don't think? I thought it looked a little bit better.
I'm seeing the
was
same thing.
Yeah,
They look the same,
The
dude.
scope was a bit better, I think, in the prototype. At least that's what I
Yeah,
thought.
that's what I thought
Go
too. but I
back
don't-
and take another look at the prototype.
Yeah, we
Well,
did
compared to
completely
this.
wrong.
Yeah, I could be, but I saw some recent pictures of, comparisons and I was like, yeah. But look, I get it. We all know, especially, taking photos, right? It really depends, man. Your lighting, your angle, all that, really can factor in. But at the end of the day, it's like on your shelf, though, on display, it's going to be generalized lighting, right? So you're not, if you're taking photos, yeah, you can make it look really good. But when, you're casually having it on display, you walk by your display and you're like, ooh. So I don't know. I don't think it's horrible. Is it an upgrade from Endgame? I guess that's what I want to know. Or is it just because art is subjective and that, one may think this looks amazing and another person does not?
That's
I'm
exactly
looking
what
at
it
the
is.
end
It's
game.
that.
I'm looking at the
Honest-
in-game version right now. I mean, it's a slight upgrade. It's not needed.
feel
I don't
like
think this is something that anybody needs to run out and go get right away. I think you could if you wanted to pass and you have the in-game one, this is not a necessity. If you're a big fan of hers or if you're a big fan of this look, yeah, go for it. But it's not. I think she'll be around. I think I was saying this on the show yesterday. Wait for a discount. and go get her because I think especially this version, is going to be around. I think the white suit is going to be the one that's going to be the chase one that everybody's going to want to get.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, so I would say wait and get this one. Don't rush out and get it. Just wait.
I do think the split cut boot is a big upgrade. I think if anything, that would be my selling point for this figure. Is that boot?
Yep.
Oh, look at that.
Looks good.
Oh, you won again?
I won again, man. And CT603 says this shit is rigged. But yeah, Najee, I agree, man. I mean, it's just, if anything, this could be a slight upgrade, but I do prefer the design of the suit, to be honest. I mean, given that this is more this is more legacy to the comic in a sense. It's more comic accurate, which is great to see when they implement that in the movies, but I'm still more of a fan. I mean, it's a personal choice too, man. Mafia, like you mentioned, dude. This is just the whole artist subjective kind of thing, and I'm leaning more towards the end game, but yeah, this will definitely sit. The white one will definitely be a chaser.
This suit definitely makes the in-game suit look a little bare. Because I'm looking at both of them right now. I'm like, damn, the in-game one's kind of bare. It's cool. The in-game version is cool.
Yeah, it's just like a black tracksuit,
Exactly.
Yeah. No, I'll give you that one, bro. I think okay. I think the body and out. Okay. So from the neck down. No. Let me rephrase that. From the shoulders down, I think everything is a vast improvement. Than from the end game version. However, this is a sculpted figure, so that's what you want to see, right? I mean, regardless if the body's shit and the sculpt is amazing, you can look at somebody like, I don't know, Count Dooku or Obi-Wan original, not that their bodies are crap, but they're not very posable figures. But having them just chilling there in your display, you're like, you know what I'm saying?
The presence. It has more presence, if anything.
Right. So I don't care if the whole body's great looking and agile if I can't connect to the sculpt. So that's for me. Like, it's like, damn, the end game ones I think may look better, but this version's whole body and everything looks much better. Like Jay was saying, like, this is not bare boned in comparison to Endgame, right?
Yeah.
I want to try to, for some weird reason, guys, I can't create a poll. I can. There we go.
Ooh.
There we go. I'm going to ask you guys in the chat right now. I'm going to make a poll. Endgame or Black Widow or both? That's what I want to know. That's what I want to know right now.
I just looked, and did you know the white suit is $10 cheaper than this one?
No kidding.
Oh,
really?
Curious.
Yep, I just looked it up.
That's interesting. Does she come with less accessories? The white suit?
I mean, technically, I think the special edition gives you the Taskmaster shield or whatever, but I don't know if that's worth $10.
Yeah.
No, I don't know. What is she even at again? I don't remember. I don't have the prices up.
She is at $260. The White Widow is at $250. Yelena is at $270.
What the heck? Interesting.
Oh, you remember?
Yelena's a brand new sculpt, though. I mean,
that is true.
Do you remember?
Is it?
I think it is, but I think they alter slightly, right? Since they already have.
Yelena's got a lot of pockets. That's the other thing.
For the pockets.
They've never quite gotten Scarlett Johansson down, though, in my opinion.
I'm willing to try.
I thought Endgame was pretty close.
I think the Infinity War one looked really, really good. I think that's the best look.
With the blonde hair?
Yeah. The hair, the blonde hair is but the sculpt I think was pretty much on point. If what needs a 2.0 is not the end game, but the Avengers one, from the 2012 Avengers. God, that needs a 2.0. Bad.
I was surprised they didn't, because I sold I remember I had my Avengers, pretty much the whole 2012 Avengers lineup, sold them all. I would be down with that, because we're getting that, we got the 2012 Endgame cap, right, which is basically a 2.0 of that, which is way better, right? We're getting that Loki, I think, at some point, right? So, it would be kind of cool if they did that. When did that? Oh my God, that's already been 10 years.
Yep.
You'd think they could have done like a 10-year anniversary or something.
That would have been interesting.
And make it an in-game line.
No. They could just say it Avengers. They could be just, it's Avengers 10-year anniversary.
Or what if they just reissued the Iron Man 2 version and do that as a 10-year anniversary?
I don't know. I don't want reissues. I was just figured because I think.
Or,
I think
excuse me, a 2.0.
Yeah, okay. 2.0, the whole Avengers line. That'd be pretty cool.
That would be.
I mean, I don't know. But yeah, I don't know. Consensus on there. I want to check the poll really quick in the chat. What's everybody at here? 48% so far. Endgame. 31% is Black Widow movie. 23% of you guys want both.
Can I say real quick, shout out to the chat for those who actually went up against Vader and defeated him. That's amazing, dude.
We did, man. Look at that. Speaking of, we did have the boss battle. Who actually emerged? Philip the Fool, CT603, and yours truly. Wow.
Yeah.
We conquered Vader in the boss fight, man.
AJ said that Leroy, y'all went Leroy Jenkins on him, man. That's amazing.
Hell yeah, at least I have chicken, right? Hell yeah, guys. So let's talk about some things here, my man. See if I can bring this up here, because tonight we really wanted to talk about what we do sometimes. Yes, we collect figures, but some of us kind of go a little bit further, right? Some do reviews, some take photos, some do skits,
some talk shit,
right?
Some
I mean,
do
we
stop
never
motion. Yeah, man.
Dude, there's some great stop motion
too. Yeah, it's amazing.
So I want to go ahead, Mario. I'm sorry.
Nothing, just simple shout out to SB for doing this thing.
Oh yeah, S-Beam doing some cool stuff as well.
Yes.
So I want to bring this up, man. KeCo, my man, I want to start with you, if I can. Will this actually go? I know. Can I even click this?
Like I got called on during school.
Oh, you totally did. It is your turn, my friend.
Like that, doesn't it?
I just froze.
For some reason, I need to hide the scrolling text because I couldn't click play because I have created a slideshow, my friend.
Nice.
A slideshow of your work, man. And I got to tell you, man.
Beautiful.
This is some awesome work.
Damn, look at that.
I'm waiting for the good ones to show up.
They're all in
the
here.
good ones.
Yeah, these are not good.
Some of them I don't like. Yeah, I like that one.
Wow, it looks
lighting
good.
on that is perfect.
Well, let me ask you, my friend. But before I do, shout out to Mandalorian Huntress, my dear. She says, "Great panel, looking good, Mafia." Thank you, my dear. As always, thank you. Hey, I can't help.
Can I just say, dude, shout out to Joao for that one stream that y'all had, dude. I went back and rewatched it, and I was.
Did you?
I was crying. I don't know why. That just popped in my head. I had to go back and rewatch it, and to see Mandalorian Huntress on the panel, dude, that gave me so much joy, dude, with your reactions and everything. And that was such a cool stream.
It was awesome. It was. And stay tuned because we will be doing something soon as well here for that. But
yeah. Yo, that's amazing, KeCo.
These are great.
Yeah, so I just made a slide, what I wanted to know, obviously, because this is stuff that we love to do, right? We all love collecting, but we like also doing really cool stuff, man. And KeCo, my man, all your stuff's amazing. When did you decide to do this?
So when it's been an interesting 3.5 years, if you want to call it that. Goodness, time has really flown by. Maybe it's closer to 5 when I wasn't allowed to collect, if that makes any sense. I was in a really super toxic relationship to where they said, you can't have any of this stuff. And I got rid of all my collection, blah, 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 blah. And so, yeah, when I finally left that toxic relationship and I was able to finally meet my wife and she was super excited about, my passions, the things that I like, I remember I got a Grand Admiral Thrawn Funko Pop was the first thing I put back on my bookcase. It was the first collectible figure or thing that I put back on there. And it was super exciting to me. And I'm like, okay, cool. I'm back in the collecting game. And from there, it went from Funkos to Star Wars Black Series, Marvel Legends, and eventually made my way up to Hot Toys. But I got my start with this toy photography thing is when I was collecting, some of the 6-inch figures. And I don't know how I found it, honestly. I guess that's a great question. I don't know how I found it, but somehow I found a toy photography quote on Instagram, and I was like, this is pretty cool. And I honestly, it might have been, Plastic Action, showing some of their shots on ESPN or things like that.
Plastic Action.
And yeah, Jackson, I think is his name, and they allowed it to follow that hashtag. And then I found out that there's a big community out here that really does all these things. And so I clicked the hashtag and found out people were taking pictures. And so I was like, okay, cool. So I took my phone and I went ahead and kind of put, I remember some of my first ones were really, really rough.
Yeah, I was going to ask, do you remember what your first photo was?
Yeah, I do actually. It was the X-Force Deadpool Marvel Legend was the first photo I ever did. And I kind of just would put them up against like my my stove or something like that, just to try to do something. And I was originally doing the kind of like the green screen background type of thing, to where I would shop them out. And so that's what I was doing at the time. But with my phone, I could not get the contrast, the lighting right at all, and it just was not working for me. And so then I said, okay, let me do something real. And so I started taking them outside. I was doing some outside shots with some natural lights, and then I got the bright idea. I think it was actually Jason work more or less, where I found out that he did the digital diorama. I'm like, okay, let me try this now. And to where you put it in front of the TV or a computer monitor, and you put your digital background behind it, and you put the figure in the forefront, and you kind of shoot it like that. You put them into the environment and kind of manipulate it that way. And from there, I said, okay, these are fun, but they still look like toys. And then that's when I found out about Hot Toys, and I was like, okay, so this is the next level of collecting. And all this time I'm starting to get back into collecting by doing this as well. And it's the toy photography that kind of really got me back into collecting, is because I said, okay, I need something new to shoot. I don't want to just continue to shoot the exact same guy over and over and over. I want something new. And that's what really opened the floodgates for me, is being able to get back to collecting. And I think my little mantra originally, and I think it's still in my Instagram handle, is this is how big kids play with toys, is that you take photos of them. That's what you do. And from there, I said, okay, this is fun, but how do I make it more of an art? Because I'm an artistic person and I like doing those type of things. And so I did a little bit of research and figured out that, lighting is going to be everything when it comes to everything. To your figure photos. And I said, how am I going to do this to make it as realistic as possible? Because these figures already look realistic. So what am I going to do? And so I got me some Philips Hue lights. Actually, I have them right here. This is actually literally what I use. I use these 𝗕𝗘𝗥𝗖𝗢𝗠𝗘 can lights that I literally just use my phone to kind of manipulate whatever color that I want it to be. Between that and where's the other one? I got my entire workstation here. I got my Lume cubes, that I can kind of set. And by boosting the intensity of the light, the color of the light, and you literally just have to play at the angles. And when you do that, you find out, just like we all have a bad side and a good side. I'm not talking about your personality, but the way that when you're like taking a photo, there's certain aspects of your face that is more photo friendly, essentially. Like this side of my face is a lot more photo friendly than the other one, because for some reason my when I smile, my cheek doesn't go all the way up. It doesn't make sense. But all that to say is that you find out about the figures too. You find out that there are some figures that don't look good under certain lights or poses, such as some of these Black Widow photos. They were not flattering. So you need to find the right angles for them, just like real people. And so that's what I did. And I love it, man.
Sick,
I really
dude.
do. And what I do, and I just told about this on one of my videos, is when I visualize a shot before I ever make it, and it kind of pops in my head, and I say, okay, how do I make this, essentially? Or if something pops in, I'm walking by my display, I'm looking at it, I'll be like, wow, I really like the color of that Snowspeeder Luke or something. Let me grab that one and do something with it. And I visualize it, and then I just try to recreate it the best I can. That's actually an outside shot, that Snow Trooper. I literally, when we had a bunch of snow, I literally put that outside.
Awesome.
So do you? Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, I was just gonna say, I mean, it's a lot of fun. It's really a lot of fun, man.
It looks amazing. I just want to shout out real quick to Dante as well, man. Manhunt Collectibles. My man says 100% agreed. Lighting is everything. Also, guys, Dante just dropped a collection tour. on his channel, man. I was pretty badass. He's finally got his 𝗦𝗔𝗩𝗘𝗢𝗡 cases set up, whole awesome display. He just reinvented that whole area. It looks amazing, bro. Check out his tour, man. If you guys haven't seen it after the show, man, it's badass, dude. But I it's curious, man. Bob Dylan is wondering, how many shots does it usually take for you to find the magic angle for a new sculpt?
That's a great question. What I do is when I did a video about how to do toy photography up. That's on my channel as well. And I literally kind of take the camera, and I move it around with the LED panel to kind of see what I'm seeing in real time, and I move it just like this to see what looks better. And if I can't find a good one, I adjust my light a little bit and go like this. I sometimes take maybe 5 photos total, and then I pick the best of those 5 to use. But I usually don't snap anything until I can find it, or at least I don't save it. Sometimes I'll take it, snap it, look at it, delete it, just because you gotta tweak it essentially. Brighten the light a little bit, tilt the head, move an arm, something's very, very simple like that. And one of the things that I used to get a lot of shit for is that a lot of people don't like how a lot of mine are portraits. They're like, you need to be showing more of the body. I was like, well, I'm not good at doing that. Well, there's one. It's a very challenging thing to light an entire figure on a digital diorama, because now, is
that what you've continuing to do then? Now you're using like a monitor for the background?
Yeah, the monitor I'm looking at right now is what I use for that. Yeah.
Oh
wow.
But so I know what you mean, because it is the whole body. You may have glare coming onto the monitor.
Yeah.
Things like that. Dude, these are amazing.
And that's some of the things I had to figure out, is that, okay, I found my style and I'm sticking to that, and I very rarely will deviate from it. That's why I recently did like a purge of my Instagram or whatever, just because I wasn't getting a lot of traction on some of the stuff. But I grew I'd like to say I grew as a photographer. Like, there's some photos in this slideshow I feel that are lesser than some of the other ones, simply because I've learned different tricks, and that's the way it should always be about any hobby or skill or anything you're working on. I'm still learning this. I'm still learning the things that don't work, and there's sometimes I just kind of face palm myself, like, why did I even put this out? I'm still learning.
We're never going to stop learning in any kind of field that we're in, right?
Never.
I mean, you can look at Jay, myself, Dante, not throwing you under the bus, buddy, but I know you're there. Like some of our first videos compared to where we are now. It's the same thing. It's the same thing. The same thing.
Well, I've forgotten about that Star-Lord. I forgot about that one.
I love them all in here, brother.
And all these are funny. I'm forgetting about some of them, but that's the thing, is that I'm still learning, I'm still growing, and I want to, next year have made a lot more out there. And that's one thing I will say, is that characters like Wicket and Chewbacca are very hard to photo because there's nothing to bounce light off, because they're fur essentially.
Yeah.
And that's one thing that I've learned about some of these photos, is that if it's a weak sculpt, it's going to be very hard to photograph. That's when I was doing like the Marvel Legends and the Black series. They're not known for their sculpts, and so they're not very lifelike, and they're very plasticky and do a lot of reflection essentially, and a lot of light bounces off of them a lot of times. And so if there's some weaker sculpts out there, sometimes I won't use them because I can't get a good photo out of them. At least I haven't figured that out yet. I'm still kind of learning on them. But I think Bob Dylan, he said, what's my top 5 favorite sculpts to photograph?
Sure did, brother. Thank you so much for that super chat.
I mean, you probably see them just because they pop up onto the thread so many times, is that Anakin is my favorite one to photograph. I love that one simply because the lights bounce off. There's another one I love to do is Darth Maul. Maul and Anakin are my favorite Star Wars pieces to photo. Just because I'm a huge Elizabeth Olsen fan. I love photographing Scarlet Witch. Can't wait for the other ones to come out for that one. I do like my Star-Lords as well. And I do actually recently, anything that's got like any of the Mandalorians, because you can put that light in the T-visor. I like doing being able to do that because there's no sculpt there. And then obviously I love Jack Sparrow. Love being able to do that. That's one of the best sculpts they've ever done from Hot Toys. So I'd probably say those are my top pieces that I love. But you'll see me, like some of these other ones, I don't do a lot of, because I don't think the sculpts are that strong. And until I can figure out some better ways to accentuate it, that's what I'll do.
Well, I think they're just awesome, dude. And when you're talking about like how, you started getting into it and then you've developed your style, right? I think that's that's paramount, right? Because whenever I see your photos, I know they're your photos.
Yeah, and that's what I want to have. I want people to know that they're mine, essentially. And they may not be the best thing in the entire world, but I want my style to be able to say, hey, that's KeCo's. That's what I like. So 100%.
No, it looks awesome, brother. It does, man. Jay or Mario, man, any thoughts on KeCo's shots here, man, as they're scrolling through? I grabbed a bunch. You sent me quite a bit, bro. So we're going down memory lane here too, right?
I forgot about a bunch of them.
These are, man, these are amazing. And I've told KeCo that a lot. These are just phenomenal. And one thing I love about them, they make me appreciate the figure. When you see these figures like this, it makes me appreciate them even more. I'm like, oh my God, I'm so glad that I have this. And you just do wonderful work on that. I did see the video. I did watch your video about like your process and everything like that. Is there any more tips you can give us? I know lighting is a big one. Lighting is, I'm still learning. I do photography too, but I'm still learning. Do you have any tips or any other tricks that you can give us?
I think one of the things that I've really appreciated when I first started out is that my buddy Matt, one of my best friends, been together with him for 20 years. He's the one that actually started doing some toy photography. He's the one that actually showed me. That's how I found it. He's the one that showed me about toy photography, and he said, hey, check this out. I've been playing with some of these little things. What do you think? And he told me, you'll never get the shots you want unless you have a real camera as opposed to a phone. I'm like, why is that? Because you can make so many custom adjustments within the body of your camera and on your lens. Everything is at your disposal. And so being able to put everything on manual, that is the biggest tip I can possibly get. And
100%.
from there, you can kind of dictate what your style is going to be. Because if you know that you need to have highlights a little more, then you can adjust the ISO and things like that based on the lighting that you have. You can adjust the white balance and all those things. And I can never say that you need to have your your ISO this way, your white balance this way, this and that, because it varies because if you have humans out there, it's going to change because every human looks different as opposed to the figures look different. So you have to adjust them for that. I forgot about the Daredevil one too. I like that one. And so I would just say get to know your camera and its settings, because being able to adjust on the fly is what's going to give you the good photo. If you're sitting there and something looks washed out, then just a quick flick of a little wheel there, and you're going to be getting a lot better picture. And to me, my other little tip is that a lot of mine are dark. If you look at that's also my kind of style. None of these are really like bright. They're kind of dark with color pop. That's the thing I've always done. And so I use darkness and shadows to my advantage, and then I will use the color pop as the accent to really accent the angle of the face. You'll always see the color pop essentially sometimes hitting the angle of the face. That's one of the things I've done. And so you let that secondary light really be the piece that shapes the figure.
Well, Brandon's wondering do you have a specific lens or focal length that you typically shoot in?
I do. It's in there, but I use a macro lens. I think it's a 55 or 50 milliliter. Here we go. I've been drinking. I think it's a 50 millimeter is what I use, and I just use that on my Nikon Z, and that's what I use. But when I have to kind of get back a little bit more, I think I have I forget what they're in there. I can, if you want to message me, I have them. I forget what they are, but mainly that 50 millimeter is what I use.
So you're a Nikon guy then?
Yeah, I was talking about this too. Is that I've just been stuck in that ecosystem, and it's really hard once you start with that to go to something else.
It is. It's like really if you're Android or Apple or anything, you're in an ecosystem. I was Canon for a while, then I switched to Sony. I've got the A7 IV. And then I've got a 90 millimeter macro lens. That's what I use. But again, macros kind of that's what you do, man. And
that's what you use for these. You wouldn't use a macro lens for a human, but it works for these. It makes you have human-like shots for these because you're getting right up on them. And I'm literally probably an inch away from my figures when I take them. And so that's one of the things I do. But yeah,
well, I think people forget that's one tip I would give too, as well, as that we're all used to living in the 1:1 scale world. That's where we are. And we're going down 6 times. Yeah. So, conventional lenses don't quite do it. You can get, you can be if you get too close, you can't focus. Yeah. You need a macro lens for something like that. Yeah, dude, this is amazing. Like I said, dude, you have that style, and being the darkness helps. absolutely with these figures. Plus, you do cool stuff with the lights, right? And if the shots are a little dark, then you can accentuate that with other cool, lightsabers or visual effects or anything like that, man. It makes it look. It looks badass.
And that's one of the other thing I would say is that a lot of people do a lot of, I know Harry does a lot of that with, post-production, essentially. There's very little post-production that I do outside of, Lightroom to get these. These are all just on a digital background. I think I've shown you that before. I find a wallpaper, essentially, put the figure in front of it. All the lighting you see is real lighting. And then at the most, I'll add some dust, some fog, lightning, essentially, lightsaber. That's about the most digital thing I'll add to my photos. So what you see essentially outside of, a fake lightsaber is pretty much straight from out of the camera.
Yeah, that makes sense. No, that totally makes sense, dude. Oh man, I mean, they're slick, dude. They're all really, really slick like that. And the thing too is that so when you take your shots, because I know a lot of people in chat are wondering, there's so many people that get so inspired by that and like want to, kind of like how you started. You're like, oh, what's this? This is really cool. I think that happened to me. I think that happened to Harry. Well, we'll get into that. This is where we were like, wow, we have a collection. What can we do? What's our creative side? Like, 'cause a lot of us have that creative side, and you're like, well, what's one creative thing we do? Well, we pose our figures. Okay, cool. Now, what else can we, you know what I mean? What's the next level that we can take it? And it's like, so I'm curious, because sometimes it depends. Like you said, it's, you have to obviously keep your camera on manual. If you have a camera that lets you have multiple presets, I know mine does. I've got, macro sets, so I can switch to like 1, 2, 3, 4. Mm-hmm. So I'll set specific ones that are kind of like my go-to shots, right? Because like you said, lighting is everything. So when you have full control over your environment, I set specific presets for mine. So I know if I'm like, I'm going to do this, and then you can tweak it, accordingly, right? But you're kind of your go-tos. But do you ever do you just take the shot, or do you do like stacks? Do you stack multiple images, or do you just take like that one shot and then work on it?
I found I'm not good at that. That's the other thing, is that I don't use a tripod. I do it all in my hand.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Okay. Yes. That's another thing. This maybe it sound weird or anything like that, but I like to be able to feel the camera in my hand and be able to move it almost like a sensual type of dance, essentially. That way I can get exactly it, because you can use a timer, you can use a clicker, whatever, a tripod, but I don't do that. I do it all in my hand. That's the other thing.
Well, see, now that's what's really interesting about that then, because with you're not going to really lower your shutter speed. Yeah.
Right.
Because as you guys may or may not know, the lower you go, you're going to get blurred images. It takes longer to capture the image. Right. So you're typically shooting at a high speed.
You have to have a real stable hand, essentially. But
you got to be a robot.
And I'm getting pretty good at that. But the other thing I do is, because I don't want to use a tripod, and because I have to put it kind of right in here, I can't put a tripod, on my desk, essentially. And so it's kind of forced me to kind of do that. And so you can get different angles by going underneath it and above it and stuff. So I've always shot it in my hands. I might not be able to do that when I'm 75, and shaking, but hopefully they have better cameras by then.
Oh, it's amazing. Dante's like, I usually hold my breath. He holds it in his hand too.
I did hear that, because I know, like, if you shoot,
it's like a sniper,
things like that, exactly. You have to hold your breath before you fire. That's exactly. I do hold my breath before I take my shot. Yep, 100%.
Bob Dylan says the camera is an extension of KeCo.
It is.
It kind of is, though. And I'm sure, I know, Harry, as well. Like, once we find like whatever gear that we use, it kind of does become an extension of you. Because you get familiar with how it operates and what that you can do with it. And going outside is not outside, but like outside of that brand that you're in is very difficult, unless you can get some decent, good, third party, Tamron lenses or Sigmas or something like that are compatible, with your frame. But it's hard, and that's the thing too. Like, depending on what brand you decide to go with, each, whether it's Nikon or Sony or Canon, just as those big three, they all have very different color science behind them. So for example, KeCo, I could give you my camera and you can take a shot and it would probably look different. Even if you, tweaked it out, how, like, fine tune your settings, take the shot,
It's so funny
gonna
you
look
say
slightly
that because also as a musician or whatever, everyone says, you know, you could hand me Eddie Van Halen's guitar and I'm not going to play like Eddie Van Halen. You know, everyone has their
It's
own
also
thing.
another thing. Yep.
You put Eric Clapton's guitar in Slash's hands, it's not going to sound like Eric Clapton. It's still going to sound like Slash. So it's pretty interesting. That's a great analogy.
No, it absolutely is, dude. It absolutely is. Where, my dude, Harry, where's your thing at?
Uh-oh.
Am I having problems too, Harry? I think I am, my man.
Screen share on Instagram.
Oh no.
See, Harry had some technical difficulties earlier, and now I have technical
we all
difficulties.
It's contagious.
Hey, we're okay. We're okay. This is only going to take me a second, guys. So we'll shoot the shit for a few minutes, and then I will bring up Harry's. But Harry, what are your thoughts on KeCo then?
I've been following KeCo for a long time, and I think it's probably one of the best like portrait photography out there. I think in this whole community. So honestly, cannot praise KeCo enough. Awesome works there. Big fan.
Well, I certainly feel I have a lot to learn still, and I don't consider and I'm not just trying to humble brag by any means. I feel like there's a lot of people that are extremely talented that take a lot better stuff than me. And I wish and because of the damn Instagram algorithm, they don't get seen. And that really upsets me because, and sometimes, and I put this on my story yesterday. I took a picture of literally the boba on the throne with my collection in the background, just literally plopped it on a shelf, click, posted it. It got twice the likes as my actual photo that I actually worked to edit. I'm like, is this what Instagram wants? Is this what you all want now? And I'm like, okay, you know, I'm still looking to build my following base and things like that. I don't want to just, you know, throw things in the air that no one ever sees, you know. So that's the frustrating side of it, is that we do spend a lot of time on some of our art or our projects and things, and for them not to be seen, that's a little bit disheartening, because like I said, there's a lot of really talented people out there that don't get seen. And so when we have like a showcase like this, I mean, this means a lot to me, man. I do appreciate you letting me come on, be able to be with these people, for one, but just be able to share and talk about that stuff. So thank you for that, by the way.
Of course, my man. Of course. I mean, and that's how I just almost ate my mic. That's how I feel too. Like what you just said right there. Like I'll do a photo, I'll post it, spend some time on it. You're like, oh, okay. You know, a few people saw it, you know, whatever. And then Hot Toys can release a figure, and I'll just post it on my page. Be like, hey guys, they just dropped Black Widow, and that'll get like way more likes.
Yeah, it doesn't make it.
And I'm like, guys, come on, come check it out, man. I know you don't like Star Trek, but I do. You know, because I'll do a lot of, you know, but whatever. You understand my point. It's just kind of like. So being able to do this and showcase, you know, this is kind of like what we did a few weeks ago, like when we had everybody in the Facebook group. You know, I wanted everybody to show off their displays, right? Because that's another facet of the collecting world. Like what you know, maybe not everybody takes photos, but a lot of people love creating, you know, cool setups and this and that, and no one ever gets to see those things. And even though we all have, you know, like an Instagram or other social media platforms, you're right. Like sometimes that algorithm just doesn't give us that opportunity for others to see. You know, I don't know if everybody in here is 120 in the chat, by the way. Hit that like button, subscribe to everybody if you haven't. Links should be in the description below. But if you guys have not, I mean, I don't know if everybody in here has seen your stuff, KeCo, for example, you know, so it's awesome that way. I agree. You know, being able to show everything to everybody and be like, hey, this is what we do. This is what we do. It's fun. But Harry, my dude,
Put me on the spot.
I gotta put you on the spot, bro.
Oh,
I gotta put you on the spot, man.
Oh no.
Oh yeah, Harry, you're getting put on the spot, bro.
Tear us apart, please.
Look, what you do is also so unique, bro, and on a different
Thank you.
a different frequency, bro. You do things a little bit different.
A little bit different, yeah. It's actually a pretty long story about how I got started.
We've got time, my friend.
Yeah. So like KeCo, I think I started out with just some like random photography on my phone. Actually, the first thing I posted, I think, was like some random picture of some Bionicles that I had back in the day. And I posted a shot. And
Bionicles were the shit, by the way.
Yeah, I love Bionicles. So I took a shot of one of my Bionicles, and I'm looking at it. I'm like, you know what? Like, this is actually kind of cool. So I started shooting a bunch of. I was already collecting by the time, so I just took out my Hot Toys, and I just did the same thing that you did. I put a figure in front of a green screen, took the shots, and then I would edit out the green screen, and I did that for a while until I found out that, hey, I should probably use, you know, a real camera. So luckily, my friend had a Canon T3i, which is what I'm using right now, and I took all my shots with that for a long time. And I did the same thing that you did too, like the portrait vertical shots for a long time, until one day I was doing this short music video I was shooting with my friend, and I had this guy that came and helped me out, and he had, I think, like a Sony A7, I think. So when I took a look at the footage, I'm like, this is completely different than what I've been working with. So that night I went home and I bought myself a Blackmagic 4K, and from then on I shot everything with my Blackmagic 4K, and that's how I'm able to get that kind of cinematic.
I mean, they look like movie
feel.
stills, bro.
Yeah, so that's because they basically are movie stills. I shoot on a video camera, and I edit them all in DaVinci Resolve. That's where I do all of my color grading, and I'll take all of that in Photoshop, and then I'll do, you know, a bunch of different layers, and I'll, you know, combine all the lightings together, add some special effects, and that's how I do every single one of my shots now.
Dude,
yeah,
these are absolutely amazing, dude.
Thank you.
Well, to continue, but Bob Dylan, my man, with the $5 super chat, thank you so much. He says, for budding photographers, I recommend posing your figures next to fitness models, doing squats, and showing off their protein shakes. Well, I don't know how to respond to that, brother.
Interesting one. Interesting.
But thank you. No, that is pretty awesome, dude. But yeah, I mean, come on, bro. Like, what you're doing here is equally as amazing, dude. Valiant Archer's asking, what was it again? Use a Blackmagic
4K. I'm just gonna do a slight flex here.
Yeah, flex, my friend.
So this is what I shoot on. Everything.
Here, let me bring you back up.
On this thing. This is my Blackmagic 4K. I geared it out quite a bit.
Machine.
Holy shit,
I got
dude.
my focus puller here. I got my batteries. I got my external monitor thing here. So this is what I shoot on.
It's a wonderful camera.
Yeah, it's great. I love the Blackmagic 4K.
I had a music video shot on that before, and the footage was just phenomenal.
So
just
beautiful.
great.
Yeah.
Yep.
And yeah, I tested out some shots. It was when I was really getting into cinema, because I was doing a video game before this, and it's really tough to do video games. So I switched to film, and I fell in love with film, and that's why I tested out, you know, like doing film kind of shots with my toy photography, and I just never looked back. I think like KeCo said, you know, I really want people to look at my stuff and go like, hey, that looks like something Cinematoyographer did. And I just kept doing that ever since.
Where did you get that camera though?
On eBay. So I got it used, which is, I don't recommend doing that.
Because I don't think you can get that from Best Buy.
Yeah. But at the time, I was kind of, you know, strapped with money, and I saw this for a really good price. So I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to do it. I don't care. And I bought the thing on that same night. And yeah, best decision I made, I think.
Now, how much do you know how much that is usually on its own? Like if you were to buy it new for people that may be interested?
I think it might go around $1,500 new, I think.
Okay.
I got it for $1K on
That's
eBay.
not bad
used.
at all, damn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, that's a deal.
I'm actually looking at one for 13 right now. But
Yeah.
what glass do you use? What lens do you use?
I'm just using a regular, I think 25 millimeter. I think it's Lumix. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's I don't think it matters too much which lens I use. Yeah. At least for me, because when I'm using a cinema camera, yeah, it's just different, I think. And especially since it's a crop sensor as well, so you have to look into that. So let's say if you want to shoot something around like a 50 millimeter, then you want to get like a 25 millimeter lens. It will be equivalent to about 50 millimeter if you have a crop lens, like the Blackmagic.
Right.
But
That's
you
kind
are
of like.
putting- Go ahead. I'm sorry, man.
No, I was just saying it's kind of like you probably know too as well. Like when you switch to certain settings. Like for me, if I go into like 4K or whatever, it's crop censored.
Yeah,
know,
exactly,
like,
exactly.
You know, it's gonna happen. But I'm sorry. Go ahead, KeCo.
I was saying, you said that you didn't do green screen or you stopped doing
I did.
that. You're
Yeah, I
still.
stopped.
What are these backgrounds on?
So these are all my monitors now. Like the
So they're
TV
all
that I'm
monitors,
looking at right
kinda
now.
like me,
Yes. So
essentially.
yeah, exactly. So I switched
Wow.
over to using my TV because I just thought that it just looks more natural. Like when you
It's
edit
certainly
out,
bigger than a monitor most of the time.
yeah. But I feel like when you edit out a green or blue screen, you get that kind of weird halo or like really fine line between your figure and the background, and it doesn't look too natural. So I just find that putting your figures in front of a screen just works the best.
It's kind of, you guys can't see it over here, but I have a green screen that, you know, pulls up, pulls down. Usually if I use a green screen myself, then sometimes I'll actually just put different cloth on it instead if I don't want to do green screen. But for me, when I do green screen work, you're right. It's kind of a pain unless you are really good at like chroma keying stuff out, fully.
That's an art in itself, and it's really challenging, honestly.
Yeah. So, because I do that too, but sometimes I'm like, no, I kind of prefer the monitor way, because then it's like one less step, because there's a lot of process when I'm going through and keying stuff out.
Yeah.
And, you know, looking at like just the way, I'm going to replay this, bro, because I know there we go. Like, you have your unique style. You and KeCo absolutely do. Like, when I see your photos, it's like, oh yeah, that's his and that's his. Like, you just know, like, your shots here, bro, come out like sick Valiant Archers. Like, you have your own volume studio, like, essentially.
Essentially what I do. And sometimes I would take Unreal Engine 5. I don't know if anybody plays with that. I would take Unreal Engine 5 and I will make my own, you know, environment, and then I'll use that as my background. So it's essentially a 1/6 scale volume, basically. So yeah.
Dude, it's amazing. Will Fox vacation. Sorry, I had ice in my mouth. What's up, Will? My man. He said KeCo's really pushing beyond his limits tonight. Because it's late for you, right?
Yes, this is well past my bedtime.
It is.
That's why I love you guys so much.
No, and it's for a good cause, man. This is awesome. Like, everybody in the chat, guys, if you haven't, I've seen some people here just like, I'm missing out. They had no idea, man. So you guys, you know, following, you know, Cinematoyographer, follow KeCo, like, dude, amazing work. I mean, dude, like, you blow me away on this, because you shoot in a different way, because you're not taking photos.
Nope. What I'm essentially doing is taking 20 photos per second. So I shoot on 24 frames per second. So it's basically the same thing as just shooting burst, basically. And because I do that, I can actually.
Yeah. Why do you do that?
It's so that it gives me just more options, I think, in post. Because what I would do is something called light painting, I guess. So I would record my scene, and then I would take my light and I'll kind of move it around in all kinds of different directions.
That's what I was going to ask, is what's your light source look like?
That's exactly. I usually use only one light source a lot of times, and I would kind of just mash them all together in Photoshop. So that's why I take photos, because then you have like 24 frames to pick, so I can pick like the best frame that I want.
It's genius.
Like with the best lighting that I want, and then I'll combine that with all the other ones. And I think that gives me the most power in terms of controlling your light.
And then when you do so, because you have a very unique style, bro, do you do any kind of color grading? Because this all looks like the same temperature almost.
I do color grading in DaVinci Resolve mostly. That's the program that they use to color grade, I think, in like big movies too. So I just went on YouTube, looked up some tutorials on how to do color grading, and then I tried it out, and that's how I got that really cinematic look. It's a complicated process. It's not, you know, like simple, like, hey, pick a filter and you're done. Like, you have to control the contrast.
Right, with DaVinci, you're building trees, and then...
Yes, exactly, yeah. So that's how I get the most power, I think, the most control over my lights. And then I'll
Hey, that's my Qui-Gon.
Yep, that's your Qui-Gon that I got from you. So
it went to a good cause, bro.
Yep.
Look at that shot. Look at that shot.
Yeah. This is one I'm using Battlefront 2 actually as my background. So that's another great tip. If you guys have video games, just throw on photo mode and you can use that as your background. Like, super useful.
Oh yeah, just to load up the game, go into photo mode.
Yep, and you can take out the player or the characters, and then you just have the background. Like right here, that's Battlefront 2 in the back.
Oh wow,
Yep.
That's amazing,
dude. That is amazing, dude. Amir, my man, he says, amateur question: when you're taking a pic in front of a monitor for a background, is that literally a computer TV screen paused on a scene?
Yep. You can either grab a scene from a movie, take a screenshot, use that as your background, or if you have video games, like I said, you can just take that, put that on the screen, put on photo mode, just leave that there, as basically like a paused picture.
Let's look at this, man. You make this motion too right there. Like
Yeah,
you've got that perfect.
all these motions are not in camera. These are all edited. Yeah.
It's amazing.
Well,
One
thank
question
you.
about the Blackmagic camera. What is because I've heard mixed things about the battery life on it. How do you find what do you think about the battery life?
The battery life is terrible. Like it will give me maybe 45 minutes max.
Wow.
Yeah, so it's not great. That's why I had
That's
to
a
go
lot
out and
to
buy.
power, though.
Yeah, so that's why I bought this little battery pack thingy right here.
Gotcha.
It gives me an extra 2 or 3 hours of work time. So
Okay.
Oh,
yeah,
okay. Oh,
right here. Yeah, it's really small, but it gives me a lot of work time, so that's good.
that's badass.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So you got
Do
a few
shoot one
attachments.
photo
to
at a
that.
time.
Hmm?
Do you shoot one photo at a time, or do you build scenes out and do it? Because, like for me, I do one at a time, and then put the figure back up, and then if I want to grab another figure, I do one at a time. Do you do like one big photo shoot essentially, or do you do one at a time?
I usually do one at a time as well, because like I would only shoot if there's like an idea that came to my mind. Usually, like
Yeah,
I'm just
same.
like blanking out. I have nothing to do. So if that scene comes to my mind, then I'll build that scene and I'll do that shot, and I'll
So
just
you-
clean up everything.
You kind of take what KeCo was saying. Like you get you plan your shot, right? Because that's the thing
Yeah.
when we use backgrounds, right? Because I think it's important, at least for me, is I try to choose. Okay, if I'm like, you know what, I'm going to take a picture of Darth Maul, for example, right? I think it's important first to find the background first.
Yes.
Do you guys agree with that?
Yep, I agree, 100%.
Okay, because
Kinda
then
have to, yeah,
right,
go ahead,
that
sorry.
background shows you that whatever lighting it naturally has on its own.
Yep.
So that you can create that composition to make it more realistic, right?
That's also another great reason to use a background instead of a green screen, because you have all your light
Yeah.
source there for you in real time, so you can light accordingly instead of having to do that, afterwards, and that's going to be a nightmare.
I'll even say as well is that when I've done some, as I said, I visualize the shot of what I want it to be, and I'm thinking through how I want it to look, and then I'll go and get this wallpaper or background that I think is going to be good, and then I put it behind the camera, and I find out it's not what it's not giving me the effect I need to do. There's something about the lighting behind it. There's too much going on behind it, or something that really actually takes away from it. So I'm like, okay, Audible, got to figure out something different, and you go for another background or something. So it is a little bit of trial and error when it comes to that too.
And I think that's also a big reason why even like big studios in Hollywood are moving towards virtual production, because they have access to that kind of stuff. They can light their scenes with lights that are already there in camera, so you don't have to do any of that in post.
They're absolutely stunning, man. But both of you guys.
Thank you.
I mean, it's just unique styles, man. When I first saw your shots too, bro, listen, before you and I knew each other, it was like I saw it as is this a movie? Right? Like that was my first that's really my first thought. That's that was my first thought, bro. I was like, holy shit.
Do that, actually, yeah. When I would post them sometimes on the Facebook group, people would be like, wait, why are you posting
right, because you have Wolverine right there. I think this was the first one actually I saw. Because this shot blew up, didn't it?
Yeah, this shot got a lot of traction. Like, I think it got like 30K likes for some reason. I don't know why, but it got about.
Because it's amazing.
Thank you.
As Carlos said, these photos are fucking crazy.
Thank you, Carlos. Thank you.
Yeah, see, that's what I thought too, that they were from a movie until I saw Wolverine standing there, and you're like, oh wait, yeah, no, it's like amazing, dude.
Thank you.
No, this is so that was my thing. I was like, wow, you really was able to capture that cinema that you're going for.
Yeah, and I started out using just a regular DSLR, and I found that it's kind of tough to recreate that look. Like, you can get kind of close, but it's not going to be like that exact cinematic look. And the moment I switched to my Blackmagic, it's like, damn, did it half the work for me, basically. So.
And that's why you're a perfect cinema toy photographer.
Dude, yeah. Because the more you do it, and it's just like, it was just like with KeCo too, right? Like the more you do it, you look at some of your older photos, I'm sure, and are like, this could have been better. I've gotten better, right?
That's how you learn, actually. You go back and you're like, that lighting doesn't make any sense. I don't know why I put that light there. There could be more light here. I should take some light out of that. So yeah, over time, you just kind of grow and you avoid the mistakes that you made, and you just kind of improve over time.
Well, let me ask you this, because, you know, was it similar to KeCo, where you were just like, I have figures and I want to take like something just got to you where you're like, I want to take it to that level? Like,
yeah, it was basically like that. Like I said, I was just kind of playing around with my bionicles. I took one shot, uploaded that, and then I looked at it. I'm like, you know what? This looks kind of cool. Let's do some more. And then I went back and I took out all my hot toys, and then I just started going at it. I even made some stop motion back in the day, really quick stop motion. But yeah, that's just really time consuming. So when I
is that something you'd want to dabble with again?
Oh yes,
like
using
with
this.
all the skills that you're like this, right? Yeah. So you will use this style in stop motion.
Yep, that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to make like a side little story, kind of like a Predator situation, but like instead of random soldiers, someone pulled all these characters from different universes, put them all in the same universe, and that was this idea that I had for a long time that I still want to do, but it's tough doing stop motion. It's really tough.
It's very time consuming, bro.
It took me a month to make like a 2-minute scene. You know, it's ridiculous.
Oh yeah. Oh no, dude, I know. Do you guys remember the Hot Toys one that they did with 𝗕𝗘𝗢𝗢𝗖𝗢𝗢𝗢𝗢?
Yeah.
I remember the one they did recently of, I thought, the Iron Man cap, didn't they?
Oh yeah, the Mark 46.
Oh yeah. They did a quick. Yep, they did. And I don't want to say quick because it was quick when you watch it, but I know it took them time to make. Like stop motion
I think it was
is
done by Sampler Times. I think he's probably the best stop motion Hot Toys artist, I think, on Instagram right now. So Sampler Times.
Okay. So we'd have to check him out as well, guys, because stop motion, dude. It's cool because, like, in one way, with photos, we are telling our own stories. With stop motion, you literally are, like, you know what I mean, making a film, which is just amazing. See, now that's cool too. That's not a figure. It's badass.
This is just like this is some random model that my brother made. I'm like, hey, let's see if I can do something with this, and that's what I got.
I love it.
I have a question for both KeCo and
yeah, go ahead.
Did either of you guys like have any inspiration, man, that made you get into this? You know, prior. I mean, were there any, like, whether it be for toy photographers or just any photographers in general that made you want to start doing shit like this?
I think once I really got into film, I think one of the biggest people that influenced me on Instagram was Trooper Nerd. I don't know if you guys heard of him. He does a lot of this stuff too. Very cinematic, widescreen kind of shots, and he really inspired me to get into this. And so that plus my love for film really pushed me to mimic that cinematic style.
It's amazing.
Thank you,
dude. You guys just
incredible work, both of you guys.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, and you guys know me, man. Like, I mean, I'll take some photos here, and I try to do what I can do, but
hey, you can always give me a
put
call
me to
again,
shame,
man.
Bro. I know we can collab on stuff, and like, because I'm working on stuff for work, and I'm just like, oh man, I look at your guys' stuff, and I'm just like, I'm just gonna go back to video editing.
Let me ask you guys something else too, man. Optical always says, you know, sometimes the rule of thumb when you're getting into gear is to buy nice or buy twice. So would you guys consider something like that, like for somebody that's first starting off into doing any type of photography? I mean, whether it be like a beginner, like I hear a lot about, hey man, this is like too much camera for you. You should probably look at something else instead before you jump up to this particular cam. I mean, would you guys consider just starting off low like that, or you say just forget about it, just go ahead and go big if you can afford it?
You want to take this one, KeCo? Or MAFIA?
Yeah, I'll jump in on that real quick. Just
go ahead.
I know you want to. Whenever you're starting off on anything, you got to see if it's going to be something that you like to do. I mean, you don't go in there, hey, I'm going to become a bow hunter and buy like a $45,000, bow or something like that. You know? But so you need to kind of dabble to see if it's something you want to invest in. See if it's something that you think you may like. It's kind of going to be the art form that you like more than what happens from it. You know, you can be like, okay, I like to paint. Okay, well, why don't we start with doing some drawings and some watercolors before you go and buy the $500 ink palettes and things like that. So that's the way I kind of do it. And as I said before, depending on what your gear is, work on your lighting first, because if you can have a bazillion-dollar camera But if your lighting sucks, your photo's going to suck. I mean, just being
Absolutely.
honest. If you oversaturate the thing, if you over
100%.
contrast it, overlight it, and it's just washed out, it's going to look terrible. And so work on that. And you can work on that honestly with your phones too. And you can kind of, because anybody can move a light around and figure out some shadows and things. But one little thing that I think is also important if you want to get real serious about it is being able to somehow figure out a depth of field. I think that's what really helps out a lot of photos, is being able to put depth of field on it. And I know if you have Blackmagic and stuff like that, takes care of it. But from the cameras and the lens that I have, find something that's really going to give you a good depth of field. That bokeh behind, you know, the blur behind your photo is what really makes things pop for me, and that's my style essentially. But yeah, I think you could definitely try it to see if you like it first, and then jump on eBay and find something cheap. I mean, there's people always selling stuff, because what they'll do is that they'll go and buy an expensive camera, realize they don't like it, and they try to move it off. So then you get a deal.
That happens.
That is absolutely true.
True.
I'm sure Harry, you'll agree too. I'll just say it: light. Everybody has a phone. You could start with an iPhone.
That's one of the first thing that I realized, that like no matter what, if you don't have good lighting, there's no point. So
no, because photography literally is light painting.
It is.
That's it. That's all it comes down to, it, guys. Because I know a lot of people are out there, you know, that they want to get into it, and they think that, like, do I need to go buy all this?
It's the exposure. It's the capture of light onto film. That is what a photograph is. It's the exposure capture. So that's definitely has to do with light.
And another thing, I think, especially when you're looking into gear and you're trying to find your way, or you're trying to find your way with learning this stuff, I think it's very important if you have the time to do it. I know when I was researching cameras, what I would do is I would actually go and rent cameras. There's several camera companies out there. You could just get rentals and just rent them and just see which one fits to your workflow. And I think that's a good way to do it. It's a good way to know what you're getting into, what gear works best for you. Because you may not need a big, the most expensive camera, but you just need something to get the job done. So I would strongly advise anybody that's looking to get into photography or filmography to go and rent you a camera. Go to Lens Rental. They're good. Rent you a camera
and you don't even need a big one. Even if you don't want to rent, which renting is a good idea if you can, because that is really good. You can just rent and play with it, because it's not only the camera in general, it's like the body. How does it feel in your hands? Like how is the menu system? The functionality of it for you. I love the new A7 IV, for example, because they updated the interface. The A7 III and all the other, they don't have that interface. It's clunky. This is way more streamlined, and you get used to it. Now, for a while being in Canon, I was kind of like, oh shit, I'm not used to this. But once you get it, and I'm like, oh wow. And I got these macro buttons that I can set on the, ease access, right? There's a lot of quality of life stuff that you want to look into as well, but that can be further down the road. I mean, initially, renting is a good option, or dude, even like a low. When I mean low, I mean somewhere between like a $500 to $700 camera. It's kind of like the entry. I would say that's probably about the entry level price, and only because of what everybody said here, like with KeCo, manual, right? You want to get into manual modes and learn the exposure triangle, right? What's your shutter speed, what's your aperture, what's your ISO. Learn that. There's videos, YouTube, there's articles that you can read when you understand light, or like the inverse square law, for example, like knowing how light travels. But it's not too difficult. But lighting at the end of the day, I think, is
absolutely the most.
You have to have lighting. You have to have lighting.
Last thing I'll say about lighting is that also understand how real world lighting works as well. Like if a light is coming up in the real world from a certain angle or a side, I mean, just talk about for a lightsaber blade, for example. If you're holding a lightsaber here, the light is going to be coming here. So the light that you're positioning shouldn't be over here, that doesn't make any sense.
Or on the opposite side of the face.
Exactly. So you need to figure out where the light comes from and make that happen. And that's also just being cognizant of what it is that you're doing. And that's also, take time to get it right, essentially, because it really does pay off when you actually nail it the right way.
100%.
One more thing I can say about lighting is try and bounce your light. Don't ever, you can go full direct light, but a lot of times that will give you really harsh highlights. So always try and bounce your lights. Because like when you look at a movie set, like it's not just a bunch of lights. It's a bunch of lights and then a bunch of flags, a bunch of reflectors and everything. And that's how you get all those beautiful lighting situations, right? So always try and balance your light. Just use like a white piece of foam or something like that. Yeah, and just balance your lights. Just play around with that.
Oh, absolutely, dude. Absolutely. And so with that, guys, I want to bring up, again, thank you everybody in the Facebook group. And if you're new, man, 6-Scale Mafia, guys, join our Facebook group, man. It's real fun. We always try to do some community engagement here. And with this, we have, I made a slide for people from the community. A lot of people, man. So I appreciate everybody who threw in some shots, man. Amazing stuff here, guys. I threw in everybody's names and your photos here. There's some really cool stuff here, man. This is like I think he said was like a 𝗕𝗙𝗢𝗢𝗖𝗢𝗢 body. You did like a custom Ripley here. This is really cool. Yeah. We'll just have these slides kind of going here for you guys to see, man, because I think, oh, I kind of lagged there for a minute.
A little bit, yeah.
And look at that, man. CT603 just finally got his sculpt in. What do you think about that? What, Mario? You know that's dope.
Oh, that's badass, man. I love seeing like this with Luke with Dak. I mean, come on, Hot Toys, get Dak out there, bro. Come on.
Yeah, super cool, man. So I don't know if these are in random or not, guys, but I kind of made a slide so we can all kind of look and showcase everybody, because dude, that's what it's all about, I think, right? Like having that passion and creativity. And I think, dude, that's what's so cool about collecting, right? Because this is like a huge outlet. I mean, for a lot of us, a lot of a creative outlet. I mean, not only do we get to collect the figures that we, the properties that we enjoy, but telling stories like this is just,
This is our sandbox, essentially. We go and play right here. This is fun.
No, this is amazing. This is amazing stuff. I guess I didn't do these random, so these are all in order right now. So this is some of CT603. You guys all have that. Dude, that FET's awesome. I love that one. I love that one. So cool, dude.
Very
How about creative?
Yeah,
right. Well, again, like KeCo's saying, man, it's a sandbox. Do whatever you want.
Yep.
Yeah.
Enjoy this. This is really cool.
Oh wow! Look at this.
Look at that.
Someone flexing with their jazz ink.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's definitely cool. That one's definitely cool. Look at that arena with the haunted carbonite.
That might be one of the better arena suit shots I've seen.
Yeah, that's sexy.
Yeah, that one's really cool. Hey, look who's there, Mario.
Hey,
oh, hey, look at that. Yeah,
so tell us about some of these, because I think you're going to go in order here. There's a few shots of here.
Something like this, man. I mean, I just had like a spare flashlight and just went in with like what was it? The portrait mode, and just had it with that. But a lot of these they're just simple close-up shots. Just like, again, just messing with with ISO, and yeah, man. What I like to do is I shouldn't. All these are like on an iPhone, right? So what I'll do is I'll turn down the ISO like to a lot of time -1, -3, and just try to get in. And here's a shot where I just mess it around.
That's a great depth of field shot.
Yeah, exactly. Trying to mess around with it, but yeah, it's just simple phone shit, dude. And again, turning off the lights on this one, and this is just a simple flash. I mean, it's nothing. It's nothing serious. It's nothing critical, man. It's just like, just messing around, just seeing what I can do with it.
It's fun. I mean, look at that. That's cool.
Yeah,
that's awesome. I love that. I got a $2
scale gauntlet.
Yeah, that's the quarter scale.
It's badass, dude. $2 super chat though. Cobra's collection, my man. Thank you, dude. He said, thanks, Mafia, for presenting my Ellen Ripley. Well, you're welcome, man. That's an awesome shot, dude. I really like that. Jedi Knights Watch Graham. It's got a few here as well. Looking pretty good. I love that suit. That suit was so flexible.
Yeah.
And that's another thing about a lot of these, is that so many people will just buy the figure and put it on a shelf, but being able to do this, you get to play with them. Like I said, you get to move them around, and they're meant for more than just, I know people are going to get mad, but they're meant for more than just museum poses. And,
I agree.
They have articulation for a reason. If not, grab a statue. Do something with them. And I love being able to see something like that.
Yep.
Oh, me too. It's like you said, I mean, they're, growing up, having toys, playing with them, that's pretty much what we're doing, right? Just in a different level. Dante, I don't know if you're still here, but this was his recent shot of Fed on the throne. Freaking sweet.
Yeah, love that angle.
Yeah,
What the
super
Wadget case
cool.
is what he's doing there.
I know, it's really awesome. GK's showing off. Jay, you even said it. Like, this is this still a contender for figure of the year? This Miles?
Yes, man. Still, that's damn good. Oh, look at this Neo. This Neo's amazing.
So dope, man. And I love that because everybody's doing things in their own way, right? Like, I would never maybe think of taking a shot in a particular way from anybody, right? You see something and then we all get, it's kind of like before when we were looking at everybody's displays. It's like, you're like, wow, I never thought to do it that way.
Yeah.
Found so many different ideas and inspiration drawn from everybody. And it's cool when you take a step back from yourself and look at somebody else and say, why did they do it that way? You know, what I never thought of it that way. Not that it's right or wrong, but you know what I'm saying? Like being able to see, or like, I don't have a lot of DC figures, for example, so I would never do something like this. But then seeing it, you're like, oh, this is cool. This is really neat. You know, it's you know, because we're all usually kind of confined sometimes to our own ways. So seeing other people and what they can do, you know, even if it's the same figure that you own, they do something completely different and unique. I love this. This is so cool, man. The Pink Panther.
Yes.
Yeah, that's very cool, brother. Looking through some of the chat here, loving everybody's shots. Philip the Fool, my dude. Yeah, very, very, very cool, man. There's some more in here. We'll just let this kind of slide through and look. Miles Dyson says, when Cyborg is released, I can remake the Justice League in photos. Dude.
Oh, yeah.
That'll be cool.
Yep.
Clone Collector. See, that's cool. He's got a Vader back there, just kind of giving you that what you call it? Forgot the word I'm looking for there. You know, that mixes, you know, Vader, you know, like that foreshadowing of like what he's coming to.
Yeah,
cool.
yeah.
Yeah, dude, it's badass, man. Cool stuff, dude. Cool stuff. Oh, man.
Here we go.
See, that's cool, man.
Yep.
Some backgrounds here. I like that.
Mm-hmm. That is very cool. Clone Collector. I don't know if he's around right now.
Shout out
but
to Battleground or Battlefront. Yeah, Battleground. No, it is Battlefront. The game's
Battlefront.
Yeah, Battlefront. Yeah.
Such a great game for photography.
Yeah, it's very, very cool, man. S-Beam, brother. Look at that.
Hey.
Some cool shots there.
Who is that? I can't even tell. The Black
I
Panther?
thought it was Black Panther, but the
Yeah, it is
suit
Black
looks...
Panther.
Is it? Yeah, you're probably right.
There we
Hey,
go.
some NECAs there.
Nice.
Commander Green says, Anthony, there's so many great photographers in this community. So cool for you to share like this, man. Of course, man. Of course. You know, it's always cool to have these community times, man, because that's really what it comes down to. You know, every so often we like to do that here, you know, highlight what people are doing, man, because it's fun. It's fun. It's absolutely cool stuff. Speaking of Knights of Ren in here earlier, dude, you got some cool shots here. That Tarkin's amazing.
Yeah.
I still love
Probably
the
one of
Tarkin.
the best scopes they made.
Oh, yeah. Super badass. Tag of the Clones Yoda even, too. That's a great figure.
Yep.
That one is so badass. I sold it, but only because I got the OG one. I was going all OT, you know, but I still loved that one. OG Mano says, thank you, Anthony, for putting my pics up. I'm still learning the camera. Of course, man. Of course. It's all fun, man. There's nothing, you know what I mean? It's all like we've mentioned. Like we're all constantly learning stuff. And here's Maz, dude. I don't know if you're still here, Maz, but dude, Maz does some sick ass shots too.
He does. Yes, he does.
Yes, he does.
Not gonna lie. Look at that
He
Batman.
loves his Batman. I know he does.
Oh yeah. That's a badass Batman, dude.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Predator.
Predator, bro.
Amazing.
Come on. Maz, that's the shit, dude. Maz is here. Yes. Yo. So that's right, man. Maz always brings the heat. AJ says he does, man. I know you love that Miles too. A lot of people are raving over this.
It's a great figure. A great figure.
Oh, yeah, there you go. Mario's got it right there.
I keep hearing.
Now, why is it great? Just because it's easy to pose? It's very versatile, or
Very versatile. The posing. It's like a homage to the old Hot Toys where sorry, my throat is just going out.
No, you're good, brother.
Yeah, it's just a homage to like the old Hot Toys, like how you can change the outfit, how you can just put him in different poses. He's so agile. yeah, you could just do so much with that guy, and it's just great how they. I mean, just how it's well executed, and one of the best Spider-Man suits out there. Like the suit itself, like when you have it in hand, you could just feel like the material and everything. It's just done very well.
I love that there, AJ, as well. Hey, Big Bretta too in the house.
Mario, I think you're muted. Can't hear you, Mario.
Oh, yeah, Mario's probably muted.
Yeah, sorry about that. No, I was just saying that the material to this Miles suit is like the fact that it's all fabric compared to the classic suit Spidey that I just picked up too, man. Huge difference, and I feel like I can do anything with this figure.
It's more like the Scarlet suit, you would say?
I never had it. I never had the Scarlet suit.
Okay.
But I would say probably more like a tight fitting what was it, the homemade suit?
Kingpin.
Okay.
Jeez.
Similar to that. That looks amazing. That just Kingpin.
Kingpin is amazing.
Yeah, it does.
Amazing.
It is.
Dominator.
Yo, my dude in the house with Q.
I know you attempted a few shots with this guy.
Oh
MAFIA.
yeah. Oh yeah, dude. I love him. I love it, dude. That's the new that one just came out not that long ago too. Here, this Ghost Rider.
Wow.
That one's badass.
That's a cool figure.
That's a very cool figure. Yeah, and dude, Dominator's all about Predators too, man. Love it. Damn, man. We need more Predators, guys.
Yeah.
We really
yeah.
Come on.
We do. Well, we got some Power Ranger stuff here too. See, that even looks pretty cool, man. I like the lighting there on the chest here, like that, coming off the side. That's what you were talking about earlier, KeCo. You know, like how lighting is key, right? That's cool, dude. That's cool right there.
Lighting is key.
The Last Samurai with the with the lightsaber.
The Last Jedi.
That's badass, dude. That one's really cool. Sick. Look at that.
That's amazing.
Yeah, dude. Need more Predators. We need more Predators, guys. You'd think they would have reissued some or brought some out with Prey. I don't know what they're waiting on.
Think.
Yeah, I know, right? This Crow, I really want this Crow, man. This is a good shot, man.
Is that the sideshow one that just came out?
No, that's the Hot Toys.
Yeah, this is an old one, I think.
Yeah, but the problem is like I can't find one anymore that's like decent because the kind of it's got that pleather problem.
Yep.
Yeah, which is unfortunate. There's some Leon Kennedy there. That's badass. You got some cool customs in here too as well, which I really like. That's the other thing. There's a lot of customs out there too, so it's really cool when people showcase theirs off as well. I like that. Maz says he's got the Sideshow one coming in on Wednesday. Nice, dude. I'd like to see the difference between those. That's cool, man. That's the Sideshow Red Skull, but I love that one.
Yeah, that looks pretty good.
Yeah, that's comic book style right there, man.
Yeah, and it fits too, even with that realistic style.
Funky Cold Santa, my dude, also, man. Look at that. I like that. So that's like a custom kind of gladiator there.
Pharrell, I think, yeah.
I like that. Yeah,
Jason
that one's
Statham.
good. Jason Statham clone trooper. That's badass. Yeah, that's really cool, man. See, a lot of people, man. It's so awesome. I like that. Look at that.
That's a custom head sculpt.
That is custom. What is it on Dusty Deadpool?
Yep.
I like that. That's pretty cool, man. Yeah, that's sick too. That one's custom.
That's gorgeous.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That side piece coming off with the teeth on them still, like that's super cool.
Yes, that's sick. Yeah. That custom Jules is badass. You ever seen that one, Jay? This one's badass, dude. I seen this in the custom group not that long ago.
Yeah, that's phenomenal.
It's freaking cool. Hey, Seth as well with the dude. I heard the dude was a great. I want to get him. I'm sometimes a little reserved with Sideshow stuff, but everybody's telling me the dude's a great figure. Ooh, look at that. Yo.
Amazing. I need that clock. Ugh.
I know. And Doc's coming out soon too, man.
Yes.
Can't wait for that. That's classic right there.
Yep.
That's doubly classic because we all know that shield just peels just by breathing on it.
Right.
Which was unfortunate.
Wow,
speaking of Commander Green in the house. Yo.
Commander Green is killing it lately with his shots.
He is, man. We got a few of his shots in here coming right now too, guys, dude. He does some cool ass work too. That Kylo. I like how you got it lit up. I don't know if you lit it up. Was it the battery or did you do a little bit
It looks
post
like
there or not?
I think it might have been battery. This is an amazing shot right here. We talked about
Oh,
this I
yeah.
think last week or the other week, but yeah, this full on that war, grungy war vibe here. Love that.
Mhm.
Yep.
Yeah, dude. It has the lights on. Oh, okay, cool. I wasn't too sure, bro. I wasn't too sure. You got some sick shots here, man. These are awesome. 501sts. Oh, I like that. See, that's what you're talking about, KeCo, right? You know, having that depth of field like that, you know,
Okay, yeah.
gives you that really good, like, it just brings out the photo so much more, man. So much more realistic. Yeah, there's Miles again.
Damn, look
That's
at that
good.
pose. It's crazy.
That one's really
Trying to get
good.
those damn Jordans on, man. Having a hard time.
Yeah.
Yeah, you gotta get those Jordans, man. You have to. It's the ones he comes with. Oh, them shoes. Oh, they are terrible.
I'm trying. I'm trying, bro. They're right here. I'm trying.
Dude.
It's just like putting new Mario. It's just like
Oh, you're trying to do it right now?
Yeah, I'm trying to do it right now.
just like
Hell
putting
yeah.
those- Yeah. You can actually stretch them out a little bit. It has some give in them.
Mm.
Yeah, they feel hella rigid, dude.
I like that outdoor shot here with ooh,
Well, that's cool.
leather work.
Terrifier.
Wow.
That's good.
That
That's
is-
some scary
That's
shit, man.
Yep, yep.
Yeah, that's terrifying.
It works. That's that you got the mood though. You got a mood there. That's awesome. Fat Batman,
Batman.
my dude, what's up, man? Look at that. Animated Fett with that War the Bounty Hunter variant cover.
It's amazing what a slab comic will do to elevate a display.
Oh, absolutely.
Yep.
Absolutely. Vision. Wow, I haven't seen a lot of Vision
Yeah,
like ever.
that's a 2.0, I think.
I think it is.
Yeah.
Yep.
I think it is.
It's got
Oh,
those
we got
sexy
some-
pecs on it.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah, they kind of swolled them up a little bit, didn't they?
Quite a bit. Yeah, quite a bit.
Yeah. Nice shot there of Rex. That's pretty cool too. Ooh. We got the Hulk here. Man, I never got that Hulk. I wanted
Yeah.
him. And then it was too late and then I just forgot about it. Now I'm out of it.
Maybe when we get hopefully a Planet Hulk movie / show, maybe.
Maybe. Maybe.
Kind of hinted at that a little bit, maybe.
I do like that shot of Maul here though. I liked that. How you had the 3 different angles there. That was very cool. Yeah, I hope so. I really hope we do get a real Planet Hulk. I don't like
Real
what the
Hulk this
MCU's
time.
done to Hulk. So, you know.
Yeah, I think it's fine for a while, right? But you can't just keep doing
Mm.
that over and over and over again. Like,
Yeah.
Oh, now, this is interesting looking. I don't know what
I
this
don't know
is. Do
these
you guys
either, but
know?
that's- No, they look really cool.
I like it.
Mm.
I like it. This is all Jacob here. He's taking a few shots here. That's pretty good. I like that. Ahsoka and Maul. That's a Phantom Menace
Yeah,
Maul
yeah.
too.
Mhm.
Such a good sculpt on that guy. I love that one. That screaming head. Oh,
Hey,
that's
Nice.
cool.
Laser
That's
feature
cool.
class with a custom, well, not custom, but third-party head sculpt here.
Yeah,
I love the head sculpt. It's so good.
I love that. I love that. Ooh, see now that's some nice lighting.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I definitely like
nice.
that.
Yeah, nice dramatic lighting
Yeah.
there. I love that, Miles. That was a good Miles too.
Mhm. It's also a good way to practice lighting as well. Like just turn off everything, turn off all your lights, and then just start throwing on like one by one and just see what you like.
Oh yeah. Hey, look, there's the Clone Wars versions.
Yeah, they look pretty good
Not
here. I gotta
bad.
say. Yeah. Oh wow.
Drink.
Is that a-
Oh yeah, that's good. I like that.
Is that the hologram one? That looks a little bit more silver than
The
blue.
Listerine version.
That's
The Listerine
yeah.
version.
Ooh. See, again with some
Yeah,
dramatic
this is-
lighting.
this is cool. I like this lighting here. Yeah. Very
Yeah.
dramatic.
That is very cool, man.
That
Yeah,
spider.
a
Oh.
little
is so
smoke
cool,
in the
man.
back. Yeah.
Yeah. Knights Ren says this is making me want to post more photos on my Instagram. Do
Let's
it, man.
do it, man. Let's go.
Do it. That's what it's all about, man.
Right.
Look at that. That's so classic looking there. That Predator.
That's all.
Loving that,
That's
Spidey. Look at that classic.
Awesome post.
That is cool, man. Just got that, guys. We opened it up on my birthday, right? Me and
Oh,
Mario,
cool.
just
That's right.
Thursday night. That was fun.
Oh wow!
It
Happy
really was.
belated birthday, by the way.
Oh, well, thank you, my man. Yeah, it was fun, man. Yeah, Thursday. We had a good time. It was really cool. It was really cool. It was really cool to do. I love
Just straight
that.
up a poster, yeah.
Right, yeah, that was really good, man. Nice kind of close-up shot there too as well. Dude, I love it. And that's what's so cool, right? We can all appreciate, just taking shots. Like it's just so cool. Like everybody has their own unique style. Like that's really badass right there too.
Yeah,
That has that very outdoorsy, almost cinema look to it. I think.
yeah.
With a hint of color pop.
Mm-hmm.
Got him. Fine, looking good. Looking good.
Oh,
good
look, you got the
looking
Jordans
good.
on.
Yeah, got the Jordans on. Got the Jordans on. Man. Oh yeah.
Nice assault tank commander.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. See, that's it. That color grade on it, man. That's really cool, man. It's a little bit of the contrast there. I like that. Bet, man.
Cody.
Hey, and you got some Cody there. Oh, look, you got something. So you got some background stuff going on here
Yeah.
in the sky too. That's a cool angle. Kind of that down angle looking up.
Yeah. Heavy Mando. Oh, I love
Heavy
this guy so
Mando.
much.
I love that, dude. Cool effects too, right on the Gatling gun.
That rain in the background, that looks real. That looks practical.
It did look real. I don't know. Oh, 1/6 shape, dude, with that Conan.
And Conan. Woo.
Conan the Barbarian.
Who makes
Bro. He knows. Oh shit! I'll
Darth
ask him. That's
Vader.
badass right there.
I am a Darth Vader.
that?
Yeah, Darth Vader.
Darth Vader.
Oh my god.
I'm your father.
Yeah, I wouldn't even think about it. That one's awesome. Cool. Got some Michael Myers there as well.
Love the orange here. The orange works really well with this figure.
Yep.
Oh yeah, that looks really good. Hey, you've got that Joker, that third party one. That one's really cool looking, man. The Doomsday Revealer or Reveler, I forget.
One of those names.
Yeah, one of those names, man. Really cool. Still one of Hot Toys' best, in my opinion.
Yes.
Yeah.
Great.
That's straight
Still.
up Jack Nicholson. That's Jack Nicholson.
Renz, get to the Death Star.
Death Star.
Hell yeah, dude.
Now.
Henry, dude, as well, man.
Henry.
Dude, really cool shot. I don't know what this is, though.
This looks like a real person. That's
Looks
crazy.
like Tom Cruise.
Yeah.
It's a six shot. Maniac Collects, one of the channel members as well. Loving that. Travis, dude. There's some Taxi Driver.
Mhm.
Oh, sick custom, dude. Now that's a cool shot. That's looking good, right? Oh, we got the Green Menace with Silver Surfer and Grogu, man, surfing through the galaxy.
Love that.
Amazing.
Oh wow.
Oh, that's a nice shot. That's a
Yeah.
really good pose too.
It is.
Very kind of menacing look, dude. I love that. Hey, there we go. We got that iconic end game scene there with the battle damaged 85.
Yep.
I'm liking that. Woo. Liking the use there of the background.
Yeah,
All the
that-
shadows in the
that
back.
specifically, Yeah.
Very cool. So that's a
Even the
Clone Wars
Ahsoka's
Mall
got
and
some
so
shadow there too. That's awesome.
yeah. Oh, I like that. Making a mix,
Very
cool. That's
for your
nice.
background. Yeah, that's cool,
Very
man.
cool idea. Yeah.
That would be sick if that actually came as a display.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Had the base and then boom. Oh, nice, man. There's some Red Dead right here.
The
I'm
Arthur?
liking that. Yep,
Oh wow.
Yep.
Interesting.
that one's pretty good. Oh, speaking of Miles, look at that. Oh, and 2099 there.
Oh, little sneak peek
Very
for the
cool.
second movie here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow, that's a really cool shot, man. Really cool composition there. Guys, dude, that is a lot of cool stuff from the community, man. Wow. Thanks to everybody, dude, for bringing in, photos. I actually had to kind of I had to stop the thread, man, the post in the Facebook group because it was really blowing up, man. I was like, wow, I don't know if I have enough time to grab everybody's photos, but this is so cool, man. Everybody's got some great shots here. That's so cool, man. Such a good
Everybody's having fun. Everyone's having fun, and I like that.
yeah.
Exactly.
That's what it should
That's
be,
what it's all
right?
about.
Like, and I know, people in the chat saying that, yeah, dude, get back on Instagram, start posting your photos. Don't be discouraged if anybody isn't looking right away or not hitting enough likes, or you just keep doing it and you keep doing it, for fun. That's what it comes down to. And people get to check it out and appreciate it. And, I understand, just like KeCo said, sometimes we'll post like some regular product shot of some company and that gets a bunch of likes. And then the photos we put work in, we're like, hey, does nobody seeing our stuff? Like,
It's the way of things.
Yeah, you can't really let that shit bother you guys.
Yeah.
So, any final thoughts though, everybody? Like, KeCo?
I think in closing, I'll just say, as I've eventually found out, that the toy photography community is quite expansive and exhaustive. There's a lot of people out there. And I think a lot of people like to look, but I think more people want to actually do it. They just don't know how to do it, or if they even could. And you certainly can, just give it a shot. As we saw, there was a mass amount of people that submitted those things, and that's exciting to see. And let's get the hashtag toy photography thing trending again, back on Instagram. Let's try to break through all that. So it's been an absolute pleasure being able to see all these incredible pieces of art and just talk about art for a little bit, as opposed to just what's releasing and what came out and who we're mad at.
Oh yeah.
Bob Dylan says his follower count's gone way up since he started cropping in Beskar Kid's thighs into his shots. Oh, that one's great. You're absolutely right. It is. It's like, let's get that community going, because that's a huge thing. I mean, there's and you're right that at the same time, even myself, looking, I always want to watch stuff. Like when Moz does his thing on the week, right? Like, it's cool to be able to listen to other photographers, see what they're doing, how they're doing it. What I really like to see is actual, I wouldn't necessarily maybe call them tutorials, but those how-tos, right? The behind the scenes. How did I create this composition? Yeah. Right? I think there needs to be more of that in the community. It's akin to how some people, or recently, like Posing with Peter, love the guy. Yeah. Shout out to him. He's starting to do this posing tutorial show, right? He's a phenomenal poser. It's things like that. Like when I looked up Hot Toys a lot, I didn't care so much about reviews as I would like to often look kind of towards whatever part of the video they showcase some poses, right? To gain, inspiration and see, oh, okay, this figure can articulate that well. Oh, cool, I can pull this up, So seeing stuff like that, the tutorials on that end is great. I think we need more of that. And then on the flip with photos, especially, because you're right, there's a lot of people that want to get into taking photos. They don't really know where to start. They have no idea what they're doing. They can see a photo and be like, wow, that looks amazing. I have no idea how to do that. And they want to try to look it up somewhere. And it's hard because there's tons and tons and tons of photography tutorials and videos and blogs and all sorts of stuff out there on the internet. But it's basically photography, right? Living in the real 1/1 scale world. So coming down to 6 or coming down to 1/12 even. To be fair, there's a lot of 1/12 out there, though. I'm not going to lie. There's a lot of good content creators out there in 12 scale land, but 6 scale stuff, absolutely. Harry, any final thoughts for you either, my man, on all this?
No, I think we covered about just everything. I'm just happy that people want to get into this, hobby, because honestly, like, I would have to say, I don't want to, make it sound too serious, but it honestly saved my life. Like for a long time, like for a long time, I had no idea, what direction I was going. And finding this community and this whole group of people who are so supportive, everybody sharing, the same passion, it just makes me so happy. And everybody's so encouraging. Like, it's honestly super, super awesome. I cannot recommend this community enough to everybody.
It's huge. No, that's a big deal, man. I'm there with you. I know a lot of people are, or have been in those positions where you're like, wow, I've actually found something a little different, something that I can feel a part of and be able to share with everybody and just feel like a general sense, like it doesn't get old, right? Does that make sense? It's something's always new on the horizon, whether it's a release or a new idea for taking a photo, or new people coming into the community that are sharing the same likes, and meeting new friends that all have common ground. It's amazing stuff, man. It's amazing, man. And everybody's photos tonight, guys. Again, thank you for submitting them and showcasing everybody's stuff off. Jay, my dude, as well. Final thoughts on all the photography stuff tonight?
Man, great stuff. Very inspiring and great stuff. I mean, like I said, I'm so glad, the black, Jesus, can't talk. The Blackmagic 4K camera came up, because I've been looking at that camera for years, and you kind of really sold it for me tonight.
You over here browsing right now, man? You've been checking them out?
I've been checking them out.
The moment I saw that deal, I'm like, I gotta have it. Like, this thing is just awesome. And then when I got it in hand, like, it even justifies it even more, I think, for me. Like, just the UI and everything, the way it's so versatile in everything that you can do. It's an
Yeah, I
awesome
heard you
camera.
can do a lot of stuff in
Oh, yeah.
camera while recording, and
Yep,
just
yep.
yeah, it's amazing. It's an amazing camera.
Mhm.
Harry's shown me some stuff behind the scenes, man. One of these days you'll have to link up, man. He could show you like the camera itself
Yeah,
and like the functionality, and
that.
it's like, oh my god, it's
Yeah,
amazing.
I would honestly love to do all of that. Like there's a tutorial on how to do everything in terms of just editing photos from beginning to end, taking the shots, setting up the scene. I really want to do something like that. So we'll see.
Well, you already have an amazing following on Instagram, dude, and I've been encouraging you to just get a channel going, do stuff like that when you have time.
Yeah.
There's no
yeah.
rush, right? You take your time. When the video's done, it's done.
Yeah.
And you just post it, and you know, get into that whole sense of community. People are gonna love that. People are gonna love that. It's fresh new
Yeah.
content. It's great content. Same with KeCo. You guys are amazing at what you guys do. Seriously, you put a lot of people to shame,
Thank you.
myself
No,
included.
No.
You do? No,
It's
you
to
guys
inspire,
do.
You know, the idea is to inspire.
I know, but
It's for you guys to get even better, right? That's it.
It's amazing though. It really is. Philip the Fool, man, he says shameless plug, but since we're talking about toy photography, I just hit 1,100 followers on Instagram today. Congratulations, my
Hey.
man. Just never thought I'd make it past 100 when I started.
I remember when I was there. Yeah.
We're all listen,
Takes some time.
whether it be Instagram or YouTube or whatever, TikTok, whatever you're into, we all started at 1. Well, actually, we all started at 0.
0.
Right.
Yeah.
That's
Myself, brother, cousins, KeCo, Mario. As far as YouTube land, you know, it wasn't that long ago. I had 0 subscribers. Who's gonna watch me? Who's gonna check out my stuff? Right? That's kind of what we. Well, at least that's what I thought. Right? You're just one guy, but if you bring something to the table, man, that people enjoy, people are gonna check you out, man. So never give up. That's how I look at it. Always do what you love. Enjoy the community. Look at Mario. Mario's been having a blast all night, listening about all these photo tips and tricks and posing this.
Oh, yeah.
Miles here. What are you? Whoa! See, yeah, don't drop it like I. Yeah, yeah. Well, I know I dropped my Stan Lee the other night. Mario been giving me shit ever since.
This freaking thing is so damn posable, bro. I mean,
That's an amazing.
I mean,
See,
you
like,
could
I
do
can't
so
that.
much shit with this.
I can't do that
Look
with
at
any of my other Spider-Man.
Telling y'all.
Look at that.
Yeah.
This is incredible, man.
Yeah.
You know, this is what I want. I'm still trying to, you know, fuss with the stand a little bit, but I mean, I want to try to capture when he's jumping off the building, man, and he just, you know, gliding down, and then last minute just shoots the webs and just, you know, just finally cleans onto the building and starts swinging for the first time. This was just, yeah, this is what I want to try to capture, bro.
Man, you guys are tempting me on that shit, man. You're tempting me. You're tempting me with that Miles.
Trying to get me to buy the Miles.
Marcos in the house. Collector Zone. What's up, dude? He says, who would watch Anthony? Hey guys, I appreciate it. Hey,
What's
he's
up,
not
Marco?
alone. I mean, we got Oilers Workshop in here. I don't recommend 6-Scale Mafia. He's all talk and Trek. Oh, this guy. No, I'm just
Oilers
kidding. You know, I
Workshop.
know he's kidding. Yeah. No, and he's gonna be on 2 coming up. We're gonna do another thing down the road, guys. So you'll have to stay tuned for that one. But yeah, Mario, what are your final thoughts tonight, man? Getting to hang out with KeCo and Harry and photography stuff. What do you think, man? Any final
They're
thoughts?
both. It's very. I mean, like Jay said, it's very inspiring to see where they're at right now, and I love to hear how they started, you know, and how they what they think of themselves and what they can do to make themselves even better, man. Both of you guys are just holding it down. I really appreciate the both of you guys coming on right now and just sharing some tips, man, on what you guys do. I mean, KeCo, I thought you would pull backgrounds like from like a wallpaper and digitally put that in, because I know some people that actually do that, where they post their figure in front of like a monitor, right? And it doesn't always turn out great, but you two, man, damn, that shit's gorgeous and absolutely amazing, man. I mean, both of you guys do incredible work, and I just love to see what you guys, you know, I'm excited to see what you guys are doing in the future to enhance your craft.
Yeah,
I can't wait either, man. No, of course, man. You know, I've been trying to get you on, man. I was like, Harry, you got to come on, man.
Yeah,
you got to come on. But
yeah, I really don't do anything mostly. Just have the Tuesday thing with Miles, but other than that, yeah, I'm always.
yeah, I mean, I get that. But then I was like, yeah, well, when am I gonna bring Harry on? I was like, well, if I'm gonna bring you on, bro, we're gonna talk some photos then. I'm not gonna have you on and be like, what do you think about this figure?
Yeah,
No. We gotta.
I'm all about that too. I'm a
Perfect
big
showcase.
collector too, right? So I'm always down to talk about toys. I get super excited too. So.
Oh, that's what it's all about. That's what got us all into it, you know. But I wanted to really showcase everybody here this evening. You know, it's awesome. The community's awesome. What everybody's doing there's so much more. You know, there's so much more than Toys Wonderland's ripping us off and Sideshow's being weird and what the hell is Hot Toys? And you know, where's Mace Windu? And you know, while those are all entertaining topics from time to time, I like to take a step back and look at the community again and be like, what are we doing? Because all that shit doesn't matter.
Yep.
You know, if things come, they come. When the release hits, it hits. Whatever. All that. So I appreciate it, everybody here in the chat, man. We're gonna probably go ahead and wrap, dude. I'm gonna put a link in the description for everybody here. Go check out KeCo. Go check out Harry. I'm gonna put their Instagrams in there and both of your YouTubes. I know you haven't really started much on your YouTube channel yet, but you know, especially we're gonna get those squared up. You know Mario, you know Jay. If you guys don't, again, link in the description. If you're new to the channel here, man, go ahead and hit that like, subscribe, all that good stuff, and check out all my brothers here in the community. And again, guys, and we will see you in the next one. Peace out.